is when that you're sitting there going, well, here we go again, and I got to hold my temper, and I got to answer some questions that I don't think are too intelligent, and you can see it on coaches' faces. I think when you get a moment like this,
well done.
Enjoy.
Do people owe him an apology, or you got to wait till he wins a final and gets into a grand final?
Yeah.
Is that the last little thing that the Ken Knockers inverted commas are?
Yes.
3 prelims, not been to a grand final.
It's to finish it.
Lost 2, lost 2 by less than a kick.
Yeah, and that comes, unfortunately, with the longevity. If Ken had been coaching for 3 years, you'd be going, geez, we're building nicely. We're going beautifully. But 11, they're going, hey, where's the flag? So,
okay, give us a call, Port supporters. Who owes Ken an apology? 8223 300 It was a fantastic win. Hawthorn will be win number 9.
If they win it. And again, we were terrible against Hawthorn this time last year. So
Hawks just beat the Saints.
And Hawks just beat the Saints.
Yeah, but everyone beats the Saints.
But look, you would expect Port to win at home, and that would be an excellent winning streak.
And for me, probably the best win for the Crows this year. They're the only team to beat 2 top 3 teams. They've beaten Port.
You reckon that was their best win, do you?
Oh, look, I do. I thought Brisbane came all guns blazing. I'll get some stats in a minute.
Yeah.
They had 2... momentum swings in the game where they had 13 inside 50s to 1
and then 14 to 1.
To 1. Now, people say, they didn't kick straight, they would have beaten them by this, that and the other. No. The Crows have class now. They got class by foot up forward.
Well, that's what won the game.
Exactly right, which they've lacked. The Crows' DNA up until this season has always been they're good scrappers, they love a fight, they have a crack, they'll keep coming, and they're all so competitive. But now they can actually hurt you with ball in hand. As I said, hang on, let's have a listen to Matty Nicks.
They had a lot of momentum in this game, which we knew would be a challenge for us because they've done that all year. This is a genuine premiership contender that we just played who'd won 7 in a row. And we knew we'd have moments where we were under pressure. Probably a little more than we'd like tonight, but we held in. We showed grit. We showed resilience. We had 30 D50 stoppages. We were 1 goal, 3 against. So that shows that the group just hung in. So that's pleasing as a coach.
Yeah. As I was saying, Crows are the only team to beat 2 top 3 teams. So they beat Port, that are now second, Lions, who were third, and they lost by 1 point to Collingwood. Now that's pretty impressive. And I agree with what Nixie said there. That first quarter, they had 16 inside 50s. In the third quarter, they had 18 inside 50s. At one stage, it was 13 to 1, and they kicked 3 goals, 1. Sorry, they kicked 1 goal, 9 for the quarter. 1 goal, 9.
Yeah.
Crows kicked 3 goals, 1. There's the game.
Yeah, if you're a Lions supporter, that's where you've gone, that's where we blew it. But for me, I was saying to Sam earlier off here in the preparation, I was saying, what I could see, again, I sometimes look at it through a coach's lens. I'm sitting there as Fagan and I'm going, oh my God, 14 inside 50s. We've kicked 1 goal, 9. All you need is that ball to go back the other end and score. Yeah. And I thought they Adelaide were able to do that several times on the night, which, again, sealed the game.
And we'll speak about that because it's important. They've now added a bit of class by foot. They got speed of ball movement from D50, F50, we know that, and a front dynamic 6 that can convert. So I'd just say credit to the coaches. I know it's only halfway through. The development team, certainly Burjo as his fitness regime. Nobody, I think, saw this coming. I think we all hoped. Now, what was me at the start of the year? Optimistically hopeful they could get it together. Well, the Crows have a game now. They sit 7th. Yeah. They have a game.
I still think the next challenge is to get one of these good wins away.
Yeah.
That's the secret now.
Gold Coast up there will be a big one this weekend.
It'll be a massive test, and they've got to be able to clinch a couple of those to give yourself, 1, solid in the 8, but 2, give yourself a sniff at top 4.
That's exactly right. Good teams can wrestle back opposition momentum. Porter proving that. So too Crows. Collingwood do it all the time. Great teams have another gear when challenged and can score. I don't think the Crows are quite there. Port Adelaide are there. So too Collingwood. And that's a big one for me. I think the Crows' next phase is to get to that point. Here's Matty Nicks on the polish.
When we had our momentum, which we did, we were able to convert. We showed some real composure, some polish where we finished our work off. And that, in the end, got us the win.
They're words he hasn't been able to use for 4 years. And the players. How good's ranking?
Yeah. Oh,
that Rochelle goal.
I think Rochelle,
Walker.
Also just class with the foot.
It's just class.
Walker, there's a goal to be kicked, an important one, he'll kick it.
Saligo makes great decisions, so they've got a team to build around. Hey, just on that, Crow supporters, have your say, 8223 300 We've got that $50 Powers voucher. How was this week's round of upsets? Hawks beat St Kilda. That's an upset.
Yep.
GWS beat the Cats.
Yeah, that was massive.
At Geelong. Freo got over Melbourne. Gold Coast smoked the Dogs in Darwin in the end.
7 points.
Well, yeah, but... yes, okay.
Not quite a smoking, is it? No, no.
Okay, let me just... All for Gold Coast it was. And the Crows beat the Lions by 17.
Yeah.
Hands up if you're out there driving your car, you're in the shed, you're on the boat, you're polishing whatever you need to polish. Hands up if you tipped 9 this round.
No.
There would be none.
There would not be a person unless they were absolutely desperate and went with everything opposite to logic. That's why
There would not be one.
That's why I was really proud of Port Adelaide's win, because it was against the tide of the round.
It was.
The tide of the round was upset, and we said that, didn't we, Sam, in the pre-game? We said, if it goes to plan, that means Crows win over Brisbane and Port lose to Richmond. Yeah. Port were able to buck the trend.
This is developing as probably one of the great Australian sporting stories. I speak of Ange Postecoglou.
Oh, without a doubt.
He's won his 2nd straight Scottish League championship. He has the Scottish Cup final this weekend to win the treble. Have a listen to the excitement in this voice.
Champions again. Champions again because I am a lucky man. And we got one more to go. We never stop.
I mean, he's the coach of Celtic. He will never, ever have to buy another Scotch whisky again in his life.
Wow.
Now, a lot of people are saying he could be linked to Tottenham in the Premier League as their next coach. Now, I would say, Edge, they love you at Celtic. Stay there for the next 5 years. I think he's on about 4.5 million.
Well,
and then I think, what did Conte get when he was coach of Tottenham?
Bit under that, I think. Yeah.
12 million. 12 million.
Oh, that's a lot.
22.6 Australian. That's pounds, 12 million pound.
Oh, well, there's a lot of reasons then.
22
million Australian.
Well, even if... So Ange is on about 4.1 at Celtic.
Yeah. So 5 times.
In one season, yeah.
5 times
in one
the
season,
amount.
he can get what he...
But you're
what
right.
Would you do?
You mentioned the whiskey. I think that, there's Glenlivet, there's
there's
Glenfiddich, and all the rest of it. There's going to be a Glen Postecoglou very shortly.
Oh, stop it.
Whiskey being made. But
stop
look,
it.
what would he do? I think he's a man of integrity, and if he loves
yeah.
being there, I think he would probably, in the end, there was a great line that Jerry Seinfeld used when he was asked, why are you stopping? Your show's rating number 1. Yeah. You're getting paid $1.5 million a show. Yeah. Why would you stop? And he goes, he said, I've got 4 cars. How many cars can you drive?
That's good.
And it was like, well, how much can you have? And it was a great point to say, well,
I'm happy.
5 million or 20 million? Well, which one?
Happy.
I've got everything I need.
Yeah,
so I think he's one of those guys that he would stay at the job if he felt that that's where I need to be. If he felt like he needed to move on, he would do it.
I think he sounds like a bloke that loves challenges, and to get in the Premier League might be just what he's after. And this was always a stepping stone for that. He's a dreamer, and I love Ange. Have you say 82230000.
Have you say it's been a great weekend of sport. We'd love to hear from you. Graham Corns is going to join us from 4:30 in the studio. Warren Treadray is also going to do so from 5 o'clock. Newly signed Crow Josh Worrell's going to join us as well. And former Queensland Origin star Sam Thaiday ahead of Origin on Wednesday at Adelaide Oval, which we will be there in the Telstra Plaza pre-game for the show.
Slim and Sam.
Plus, Port Locker Room tickets are back for this weekend. Saturday's game against the Hawks.
7 questions.
Hang on. Are we doing 7?
Well, I'll just check the run sheet.
Are we doing Timmy 7?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Did you hear my one, how well that went?
Well,
short, sharp, shiny, concise, winner, happy, next segment.
Yeah.
Yours just lingers.
It does, doesn't it? But
Makes
I'll tell
you
you what,
earn 'em.
fill some time.
21 after 4. 8223 0000 is the number.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy talk to star players from the Power. Thanks to One Solution. Protect and improve your business with One Solution. Winner of the National Telstra Enterprise Customer Excellence Award.
Hi Calvin, it's Michael from Automasters here. I've just got your car on the hoist and I just wanted to show you.
Now you can see what we see.
The engine oil is very low. I'll just show you that now.
Autocam.
This is your cabin filter. As you can see, a fair bit of dust and dirt.
Real-time video sent direct to you from your Automasters technician.
You can see the outside of the throttle body's nice and clean. The inside here.
See any issue firsthand. How good? Real-time reporting with instant SMS approval. Call 1300 Automasters. Great service guaranteed.
A wedding on the water. Getting hitched in the hills. Celebrating true love beneath the trees. Your wedding and a Discovery Events venue. There's no better pairing. With special places across Australia, including in the Adelaide Hills, Victor Harbour, Nagambie Lakes, Kings Canyon and Rottnest Island. Choose your perfect place for a perfect union. Visit discoveryevents.com.au, your destination for premier venues in unique locations across Australia.
24 minutes past 4. Australia's greatest sporting rivalry is back. It is the 2023 Ampol State of Origin Series.
It is amazing, this State of Origin Series. We're going to speak to Sam Thaiday later in the show. I was just looking at his record, and when he started in 06, New South Wales were on top. They won an incredible 9 out of 11 after that. Amazing. Incredible. And the state pride that goes with it. And these two coaches, I'll tell you what, head-to-head, Freddie Fittler and Billy Slater, they are the fiercest of rivals.
Well, I think he won 11 of 12. So he must have missed a couple that they
No,
lost.
that was just that they went on this run of 9 in a row.
Stop it. The Maroons' dominant performance last year saw them reclaim the Shield, so the Blues will be out to deny Queensland another series win. It's the Ampol State of Origin that kicks off Wednesday. That's this Wednesday, 31st at Adelaide Oval. It is unreal. It's unreal.
I'll tell you what, get your tickets at nrl.com/tickets.
If you're feeling unwell, you might be thinking of heading to the emergency department. But sometimes there's better ways to get better. For coughs and colds, a GP or respiratory clinic might be better. For minor cuts and grazes, you're better off at a pharmacy. And the emergency department is always there if you need it. Not sure what to do? Call Health Direct on 1800 022 222. For more info, visit sahealth.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
No, it's a pleasure. So look around at your leisure.
Experience caravanning the way it was meant to be. Island Star simply do it better. New or used, go to the people you can trust, Knowles Island Star Caravans. With Knowles, you're protected by a nationwide guarantee and better after-sales service. Knowles Island Star simply do caravanning better.
Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans.
AutoCam.
So this is the air filter out of your car.
Real-time video sent direct to you from your Automasters technician.
It's not actually the wheel bearing. What it is, the handbrake.
AutoCam. Real-time reporting with instant SMS approval. Call 1300 Automasters.
It's 25 minutes after 4 on your Monday. Rowey and Timmy G for your drive home. We are going to check your traffic before we get to your calls. Here's what's happening on the roads.
At Christie's Beach, got a crash Dyson Road near Beach Road with a lane blocked outbound. Semaphore Park, car has gone into a Stobie pole. Causeway Road near Bower Road, got heavy delays back to Old Port Road. And Payneham, look out for a Carvey cyclist. Payneham Road near Ashbrook Avenue. Cameras this afternoon, Esplanade Semaphore and Goodman Road at Elizabeth South. Business ideas flowing? Feel like your business is growing? NAB Business Lending offers flexible finance for big ambitions. Search NAB Business Lending, T's and C's, fees and charges and lending criteria apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Okie dokie. There you go. The coaches' votes are through, and Zach Butters is now the outright leader over Nick Dacos by 3. So on the weekend, Tim Taranto gets the 10.
Big game.
Zachy Boy got the 8, then Houston Aaliyah got 4 singles to Bolton and Jason and Francis. For the Crows, Rory led with 16 tackles.
Yeah,
30 plus touches. Wow. Isaac Rankin, no doubt, got the 8, got goal of the year. Jordan Dawson 6, Lockie Neal 2, Dunkley 2, Bailey 1, and Charlie Cameron the 4 got 1 as well. Hello, Johnny at Melbourne.
Yeah, g'day, Rowey, first-time caller.
Oh, good man.
I think I'll just pose this one to Timmy if I can.
Yeah, mate.
In regards to, I think, Port Adelaide's weaknesses at the moment, if any, centre-half back. We haven't got a big centre-half back to help Aaliyah when we're coming up against, say, a Cameron or and a Mooney.
Yep.
What do you think of Dixon playing centre-half back?
Yeah, John, a lot of people have brought this one up. And I think what happens is people think they look at the size and they look at the dimensions and the like, and they go, well, he should be able to fill that gap. The issue with that is if you've never played down back, you can get lost easily. And I've seen just at sample level, they tried to do it with Bryn Teakle and play him at centre-half back. And Bryn played okay, did a couple of really good things, but there was just little tiny things like punching it into the corridor, punching it, and handballing back into the corridor. Things like that you just don't know unless you play down there for a long time. Charlie's never played back. So I reckon if you threw him there, you might be throwing him to the Wolves, unfortunately. I think he's...
Big decision they've got this week. Dixon and Marshall will be available.
I think...
I don't reckon they're going to put both straight back in.
Knowing Kenny loves both, I think I'd be surprised. But we'll put it to Treaders and see what he can shape.
Yeah, okay. Hello, Nick at Burnside.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Just a question on your thoughts. When you approach the bye week, guess how many teams have not played a single game this year, either Marvel or the MCG, out of the 18?
Well, I know the Crows haven't.
Just the Crows. Now, would you agree that it's very disadvantageous to them not being able to play a game at either Marvel or the MCG as we approach the bye week?
Well, absolutely. I think what the Crows they like to play big teams here at Adelaide, and that's one of their requests for the fixture.
Like Carlton.
I think it levels out a bit, Nick. Round 15, they got Collingwood at the MCG. Round 17, they got Bombers at Marvel, and I think they got Demons at the MCG round, 19. So 3 times in 5 weeks they'll be in Melbourne.
Fair enough. But it just seems a bit unfair, as Cornsey alluded to earlier. Bulldogs in Ballarat, Hawthorn in Tassie, and you just ask some questions.
And you got the Suns up at Darwin.
Yeah, that fixture will be a fixture.
Rigged. Forever.
Until
Good
you
on
get to
you,
play
Ned.
each other twice.
Hello, Leith.
Yeah, g'day, boys. You played the clip before with Ange Postecoglou saying I'm a lucky man. Well, that was a good old-fashioned Australian sledge, because when he first got there, the Rangers manager said, after Ange had won a few games, he's been a bit lucky. So that's why he said it.
Little backhander, Leith.
Yep, as a beauty.
Well, the media called him Ange Poster who?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, who's got the last laugh, Leith?
I would say Ange is going pretty well.
Yeah, well done. Thanks, Leith. Yeah. Have a number of unique home-style foods. Text, Rowey, why didn't you give Isaac Rankin best on ground? Well, we did. 23 touches at 80%, 2 goal 3, 10 score involvements.
No, the coaches didn't.
3 goal assists, 2 to Tex, 1 to Rochelle. He was, God, that goal was outstanding. And Ben Keys had a ripper. We gave him 1 vote, I reckon, in the end, didn't we?
Yep, 1 vote.
28 touches, 17 kicks, 9 tackles, 1 goal, 2. And I think Neil was in the end ineffectual. And then I look at the votes and Neil got in the votes.
Yeah, okay.
I don't reckon that would have been the coaches of the Crows that would have given Neil 2 votes. Might have been his own coach. Wow. Anyway, we'll have Stud after the break to tell us all about that.
He certainly will. Time for the headlines.
The 5AA Sport Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. The Prime Minister will give a speech in Adelaide tonight focusing on the voice to Parliament. Premier Peter Malinauskas has paid tribute to his WA counterpart, who'll step down at the end of the week. The master plan and proposed layout of the new Women's and Children's Hospital has been unveiled. And in sport, Josh Worrell is staying at Westlakes, the defender signing a 2-year contract extension with the Crows. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
At Christie's Beach, there's a crash, Dyson Road near Beach Road with the lane closed outbound. Semaphore Park, cars gone into a Stobie pole there, Causeway Road near Bower Road, really heavy delays back up to Old Port Road. Payneham, Carvey cyclists look out for Payneham Road near Ashbrook Avenue. Busy, South Road at Edwardstown with the Camera Jetty Road at Larks Bay. This end of financial year, Bob Jane T-Marts have great buy, 3 get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. With 15 stores located in Adelaide, they'll look after you, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, a possible shower tonight down to 12, a shower or 2 tomorrow 18. Right now it's 17 degrees. More news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Breakfast.
Big news in the world of breakfast television.
Just a bit of news from me. I've decided to hang up the boots as co-host of Sunrise.
Informing Adelaide.
Wow. So Koshy stepping aside just moments ago made that announcement on Sunrise this morning.
So Friday next week. And he did stop while he's top, because he's smashed it in the ratings. It's been a remarkable run of success.
Absolutely dominant.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
There's one sign on Doothie Street only you must see. It's the Kirkbrite seafood sign. It changes daily, from fresh crays to Atlantic salmon, King George whiting, garfish and SA King prawns. All sustainably fished and processed on site at Kirkbrite Seafood. Not some faraway factory. It's a good sign that you're getting the best you can get, and so close to the city. See what's on the sign today. Kirkbrite Seafood, Doothie Street only. kirkbriteseafood.com.au.
Hi, I'm Steve from Walco Liners and Covers at Paraka. I wanted to go with KG and Cornsey. I wanted KG to do a live read, and KG, who I met, said, with reservation, I hope I don't stuff it up. And I sort of said to him, I hope you do. And God love him, KG, even argued the word Walco was pronounced Welco. And I got a call, I was down in Mount Gambier, got a call from the lads in the morning. They said, how do you pronounce it? I said, why, what's the problem? Well, we're differing how it's pronounced. Sure enough, Blakey's listening to that, and it's on behind closed doors. I think we've done it 3 times now. So that's another value add in prime time. That's a bit of a tip of the hat from Blakey.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise with Us link for more information.
You're such a loser.
Over 340,000 school kids will be bullied this year and won't tell anyone.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
With a 24-hour support line, anti-bullying school workshops and online resources, Dolly's Dream will help as many kids as possible. But they need your support. Donate to Dolly's Dream at doitfordollyday.org.au to help break the silence around bullying.
Winter is coming, but the forecast isn't all bad, as the Olympic Industries winter sale is on now. Expect strong savings across our entire range of sheds and more. Step out and grab a deal. Olympic Industries, built to last.
At Terrain Tamer, we've tried to take all the hard work out of four-wheel driving, so you can be an expert as well as an enthusiast. Our parts interpreters talk fluent four-wheel drive because we're talking with 50 years' experience. We've got all the four-wheel drive parts you'll ever need, so you can toss them in the back for cheap insurance. When you're miles from the closest mechanic, you'll appreciate that advice. Terrain Tamer, we talk fluent four-wheel drive.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes to 5. Treaders to join us in the studio after 5 o'clock. Josh Worrell on the program. And 7-time Timmy's Lucky 7 quiz returns Port Locker Room tickets for this Saturday to give away on the show. Jump on the Foodland Supermarkets live stream. We're on Facebook and YouTube because Graham Corns is here. All thanks to BL Shipway, a South Australian institution looking after SA's hydraulic and pneumatic needs for over 70 years.
Graham Corns fairly lively this afternoon. Corns who asked for that product.
Graham Studley Corns.
Yes, Graham.
Jeff Lauder whacked me. So
yeah.
I was asking for it.
Oh, fair enough.
Did you get whacked a lot?
Yeah.
A little bit.
You sound like you did, because every highlight we have is you getting whacked.
Yeah, or mud pushed his head in the mud or something like that. Yeah, unbelievable.
You've got one of those heads you want to whack.
It was one of those games against Sturt that got a bit lively. And, you've asked for it, you deserve it. So.
Yeah, well, I got my fair share. What did you think about Matty Nix's comments?
Stands up in finals footy.
Yeah.
Well, he's right. I mean, if you bring that sort of heat, you have to bring that sort of heat.
They're playing finals types of footy.
They didn't bring it last week.
No.
And you'd expect a response. Now, whether they were put off by the fact it was Ballarat and there was no Taylor Walker, the weather conditions, although the weather conditions on Saturday weren't ideal for footy, but he got a response. He demanded a response and he got it, and he got a total team. Look, the team was well. The team was well prepared. Obviously, during the week, they did what they had to do to review the previous game, prepared for this week, and prepared well because this is a team that's Brisbane are are a premiership contender.
Oh, 100%.
Now, their record away from the Gabba isn't great, so they would have gone into this game with a lot of confidence that they could do it. Now, I love the way he set it up. The forward line has been pretty good all year with Walker back and Fogarty. That was a good combination there. Their midfield was pretty good. The defence was good, but it was the enthusiasm of the younger players that I really liked. You know, Rochelle, Rankin, Pedler. Pedler's going to be some player.
He is.
Saligo, Thilthorpe, and I think. I mean, I've got lots of favourites. I said last week Pedler's my new favourite, but young Max Michaelani, the jobs that he's been given to do. Now, he had to play on Charlie Cameron. Yeah. Charlie did kick 4 goals, but sometimes you can do that. But I just love the way he rises to the challenge and accepts the responsibility.
My word, he's had a really phenomenal year.
So, look, it was I thought a complete team performance when you combine the mids, the forwards, and the defence, and you link them all together. It's how they do link and coordinate. Brisbane didn't go away.
No.
Well, I was going to ask you, Graham. I know you're saying it's complete team performance. How would you then describe the first quarter and third quarter of having 13-1 inside 50s, 14-1 inside 50s? If it's a complete game, that's too many.
I said it's a complete team performance.
Right.
Maybe not
what would concern me is how can you turn that around from saying being 14-1 to being 50-50? Because that's a big number.
You are actually.
It could have cost you.
You actually do have an opponent, and the opponent is a premiership contender. Yeah. So they're not.
They're going to have their moment.
They're going to have their moment. You have to. The thing is, you've got to be able to withstand the pressure, absorb it, and then recover. And that's what I liked about it.
And they did. They went back the other way and scored a goal.
They didn't.
We spoke collapse. Of that prior to thing, but all I'm saying is that's a big number. And if you allow that to happen week in, week out, you might be in trouble. So how do you stem that momentum? Because that was a big momentum, 14-1. How do you stop that in future?
Well, you obviously,
especially centre
your midfield is a big issue with the 6-6 that can happen, and I guess with a player like Lockie Neal in their midfield, he is if not the best. He's certainly one of the best. Probably top 5 in the competition in terms of winning the ball and getting it forward.
They did a pretty good job on him.
Well, they did a good job on him, but at the same time, there's going to be moments, and they've got other really good players as well who are going to get their share of the ball. Like Dunkley's been a real star. There's no doubt about that. Zach Bailey, he's a good player. They've got really good players. Zorko, whether you like him or not, he's a good player.
Or not.
Yeah. Oh, he's a very good player. Very good player.
Has he been cited yet?
No.
Well, they reckon he eye gouged, do they?
Oh,
was that Peds?
We're awaiting that.
The hand was suspiciously close to Luke Pedler's eye. So
but it's got to be with Ondat. That's a massive accusation, an eye gouge.
I don't think
that's as bad as spitting.
I don't think it's a serious. I don't think he's got anything to worry about.
No.
But when they slow it down and his hands hovering about his forehead and his eye, you would worry. There's no doubt about it.
Miller, we got a lot of texts coming through. Wayne Miller, best game for the year.
Well, remember years ago,
B. Smith out, Miller shone.
Well, he did. There's no doubt about it. He's got a balance about him that I like. He uses the ball well. But there was that famous quote that Taylor Walker, when Wayne Miller was first put on the list, first drafted, and they had a chance to see him over summer, he said he will be the best player the Crows have ever had. And I thought, that's a big rap. But obviously he'd impressed them on the training track.
Okay.
When you talk about the Andrew McLeods and the Mark Rashudos, I guess Andrew McLeod is the player he'd be most compared with. But we haven't seen a lot of it because of his injury.
How's some of his sideways movement in traffic? I can see what he's seeing. He just got to do it consistently. But well done, Junior.
There was
I love your game.
The younger players that really impressed me, the enthusiasm. Are we happy with the goal celebrations?
No, it's not my thing. And I'm not going to go there because I love Rochelle.
Yeah.
So what was it that he was doing, Sam? You're saying
Kylian Mbappe is a player in the.
So you run up to the crowd and you just put your hands by your side and you pull a face.
It's a signature one. He basically crosses his arm to the crowd and they go wild after he kicks a goal.
Yeah. Nah, you know what? Encourage it. I'm turning.
It's a hard one because for our era, it just wasn't a done thing.
Well, Jars used to do it in front of the Cooper's Hill.
It's
one and only. The one and only. Yeah, you're right.
There is some great vision with the interaction with the crowd. I mean, you wouldn't have got away with it a couple of years ago during the COVID lockdown where you weren't allowed to touch the crowd. But the players are high-fiving the crowd, and kids are so enthusiastic. I mean,
I'm getting on board.
It is great. It's great interaction with the fans, and the thrill that it gives the young players or the young kids in the crowd when they hold their hand out and one of the players actually high fives them. So look, it was you are looking at negatives, Tim. That's fair enough.
No, just
Nixie has to look at things that they need to do better.
That was the only thing out of the game that I thought
that is alarming.
Was a concern. That's all. How do you try and stop that in future against somebody else and not allow it to get?
Well,
to
they
14?
did defend well, and then they went back the other way against the Tide, which you did mention in the opener, and scored twice with it, and then got momentum back. They haven't been able to do that. Last year and the year before, that's a 7-goal.
Correct.
7 goals. See you later.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Anyway, but what I really liked, I'm loving watching Nick Murray develop because he's had to struggle, he had to fight for his spot on the
He's
list.
a ripper.
There was some doubt as to whether he would have an AFL career. They've given him now the big jobs. He plays on.
He is your key
Hipwood
defender,
had 3 touches. 3.
Anyway, so look, he's a good intercept man. He kicks the ball well. So.
He's a ripper.
So look, it was one of those games that the Crows' history is full of examples like that, where you've played away from home, you've been smashed, you've had to
come back, lick your wounds,
and then focus on the next week, and the crowd gets you over the line. There was a good crowd given the weather conditions.
33,000. They average 100 points a game at home now. Got to 95. Still good.
So look, it was a tremendous celebration. But Rowey.
What?
Rowey, we got
it's the butt. It's the butt.
I was listening after the game.
Why was he looking at me?
I was listening after the game.
Oh dear.
And I love our listeners.
I do too.
Even the ones who bag us.
Are you talking about Margaret?
I'm talking about Margaret. Can we hear Margaret, Sam?
We can.
This is Margaret.
My comment is to Rowey. Is it honest going to give Ben Keys any bloody credit? Every time he plays, and he plays well, Rowey never gives him credit. He's got something against him, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah, you never give Ben Keys any love.
Gave him a vote on the weekend.
Oh, good on you.
He was good on the weekend.
Well, he was good on the weekend.
I can only call him as I see it.
I know, but you're going to give him some real love and affection.
Some Margaret love?
Well, I'm warming.
If look,
you know what?
What is the thing I want most from a player? Effort,
tick,
endeavour,
tick,
running yourself into the ground,
tick.
You know, and yes, if I burn the ball a few times, I'm going to deal with that but give me somebody who just runs and you can see the effort, you can feel it.
100%.
Sam Powell-Pepper's the same at Port Adelaide. You know, there's similar players. Sam's probably got a bit more skill and penetration and accuracy with his leg, but they're the sorts of players that premierships are built on, basically. And what a great example they set for their teammates.
He did a great job on Hill. I said it in the opener. He was ineffectual. He had 17 kicks, 11 handballs, went well, 9 tackles. No, great game. Put him in the votes.
Okay.
There you go. That's praise, Margaret.
Right. I want you to mean it.
See now?
Let's take one step at a time, Graham. Let's take one step at a time. Hey, just a little...
Margaret Keys, I do apologise.
Unique homestyle
I hope Rolly
foods.
O'Brien's name doesn't ring.
Text coming in.
That's another one who just plays with heart.
Yeah, he does.
Well.
What do you think of this one, Graham? This is, g'day, guys. I have to ask, I just heard Rowey talk about the coaches' votes. I'm just wondering how Rankin got 80% with his disposal.
Field kick.
Kick 2-3. Field kicks doesn't count on
field kicks.
on goal scoring.
He was outstanding.
I missed the coaches' votes.
So we just had them open. So the Crows, it was
Rory
10
Laird
for
got
Laird.
10. 16 tackles, 30 plus.
Yeah.
Isaac Rankin got 8. Jordan Dawson 6. Lockie Neal 2. Dunkley 2. Zach Bailey 1. And Charlie Cameron 1.
What did you do in the box? What did you give 3-2-1, Campo?
We went Isaac Rankin 3. Rory Laird 2. Ben Keys 1.
I think Nick Murray got 2 actually from memory.
He did
Campo,
2.
Murray was 2 votes.
So Nick Murray didn't get a coach's vote?
No.
No,
Not
okay. What do the coaches know?
Depends how you see it. Well, Campo is a coach.
What would they know? Tell me that.
See, that'll get back. Let's clip that.
It's going to come up tomorrow.
What would coaches know? Hello, Ken.
Oh, that's classic.
We'll talk about Port after the break. Let's dissect them, hey?
Absolutely.
Have you had a crack at me enough? Are we done? Is Margaret?
No,
Margaret
that's
wins?
okay.
Yeah,
You
all right.
just have to say sorry, that's all.
Okay.
Point 6 is done. Thank you.
He'll mean it one day. 13 minutes to 5.
Got a crash to look out for at Christie's Beach, Dyson Road near Beach Road. Good lane closed there outbound. Semaphore Park, cars gone into a Stobie pole, Causeway Road near Bow Road. Very heavy delays back up to Old Port Road at the moment. While at Payneham, Carvey cyclists there, Payneham Road near Ashbrook Avenue. Getting busy, Anzac Highway at South Road with cameras Marshall Terrace, Brooklyn Park, and Mawson Lakes Boulevard at Mawson Lakes. Nothing freshens up a room like a new cushion or a throw. Big W's on-trend decor from Open Nook lets you revamp for a price you love. Shop Open Nook at Big W today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, get the very latest on who's fighting fit and who's falling flat with 5AA's Injury Report. It's the absolute latest from both the Crows and the Power, thanks to Western Hospital, the type of quality care you deserve. westernhospital.com.au.
Dream big, South Australia, because you could win big in the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery. The $4 million grand prize, just minutes from Adelaide CBD in leafy Melbourne, could be yours. Plus, there's a catalogue bursting with over 13,000 prizes, including luxury cars, holidays and cash. With a 1 in 15 chance of winning, get your tickets today. Join the fight. To see full details, visit homelottery.com.au. Licence M14364.
You can always expect the very best from designer appliances at Adelaide Appliance Gallery, which means right now, when you come in store and mention this ad, you'll get half-price installs on dishwashers, washing machines and dryers. Plus, you'll receive a 6-month supply of premium cleaning products by Power of 4. Now till the end of June, just mention this ad. T's and C's apply. Head to the home of Mr. Dishwasher and discover designer appliances at Adelaide Appliance Gallery, Payneham Road, St Peters.
Look, this might be news to many of our listeners out there, but there is another code of footy out there. It's called Rugby League. This is the NRL, has a ball, goals, and many other shared elements, but there's one thing never seen before, and that's a sea of blue wigs called the Blatchy Blues. Now, in all seriousness, get serious, for God's sakes. The NRL State of Origin is back in Adelaide. It's on Wednesday, this Wednesday. It's game 1 of the series, so it's going to be massive. And if you're an NRL fan and you're curious to see what it's all about, this will be a great experience for you.
Now, there's only one way to experience the energy and excitement of Origin footy, and that's being part of the Blatchy Blues. Is that it? The Blatchy Blues?
Yeah.
The Blatchies. The
That's
old
it.
Blatchies, the blue
wigs.
You can get your Blatchy Blue ticket from Ticket Tech, and you'll also score a supporters pack with a T-shirt and the blue wig.
Perfect.
Blue rinse set.
Oh, yes, indeed.
What
So
do the Crows eat? What do they eat? Lamingtons? What is it? The blue rinse set? What do they get?
Apricot slice.
Apricot. You'll get an apricot slice, Timmy.
You will. Blatchy Blues Game 1's NRL State of Origin next Wednesday. Adelaide Oval. Visit tickettech.com.au and secure your spot in the Blatchies.
Solar Heart has been helping smart Aussies turn sunshine into hot water for 70 years. From our reliable rooftop models to sleek split systems and smart tanks that talk to your solar panels. No one knows more about solar hot water than Solar Heart. And right now, you'll get a $500 trade-in when you upgrade to one of Solar Heart's energy-saving water heaters. So if you want to lower your energy bills and your emissions, get smart. Get Solar Heart. Terms and conditions apply.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, cause we know paint at Crowey's.
So, visit Crowey's. And while you're there, join Crowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Crowey's.
The South Australian Government is rushing to make new laws to stop peaceful protests. You could be hit with a $50,000 fine or even go to prison just for exercising your rights. So much of what makes our state great has been won by people standing up for what's right. Parliament is about to vote on these new laws. Get in touch with your local MP now. Ask them to stand up for our democracy and say no to the anti-protest laws. Authorised by the South Australian Council for Social Service Adelaide.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
9 minutes to 5, Treaders after 5 o'clock, but Graham Corns is here, all thanks to BL Shipway.
Yeah, BL, and I spoke to Shippy today, and I said, "What are you doing there?" He said, "Well, we're doing some very interesting work."
Oh.
I said, "What?" He said, "Well, I can't tell you." Ooh. So I wonder what
it'd have to do with hydraulics and pneumatic
No
needs.
doubt. No doubt.
That's a good guess.
The Ryco 24/7 van.
and his new
they're moving
showroom.
They're moving from Richmond Road to 71 Morford Road at Camden Park.
Excellent.
I said, "How are you going to move?" He said, "We're going to get a footy club to do it."
Wow.
Well, he's got a lot of connections.
Like a country
I
footy
saw
club.
him at a country footy club.
I think he's going to like obviously make it worth their while.
I will do the sausage sizzle for him because they'll need to eat.
Anyway, so she always
done, Shippy.
good to speak to him.
Cost you a few
Hello,
snacks.
Brad at One Tree Hill. You got stud.
Hello, Studley and Rowey and Tim.
Hey, Brad.
Hello, Brad.
Bit cool up here, cooling your way, boys.
Beautiful.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Not a winner man, to be
I wouldn't
honest,
say
Brad.
beautiful. Now, I've been really pleased with the progress of the Adelaide Football Club this year, the Crows. I'd never expected this, except for that aberration against the Western Dogs, but this happens. And I started to think about what would happen to this state if the Crows met the Till mob down the road in the grand final, which could happen.
Oh my gosh.
Will one day.
Oof.
It
That
will. It will one day.
Would be amazing, wouldn't it?
It would be, wouldn't it? Just erupt the place like Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah. Well, we've had a final and won that by 83 points, so I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, a bit of Pompeii, I think.
We just have to wait and see.
Good work, Brad.
Well, talking about Port, you're finding it hard to believe they're winning.
The last 2 weeks I've tipped against them because they can't win.
I noticed that.
They can't win.
I saw that in the paper.
And they keep winning.
They do.
And I thought, how are they winning? I mean, it's just
6 games by 14 points or less.
And because they've got a makeshift forward line, they're undermanned a little bit in defence. Yes, they were missing Travis Boak, but their midfield is the key. But I was looking through them, and there's half a dozen players. Who could they least afford to lose? Alir, Rosie, Butters, Jason Horne-Francis, Bergman, or Finlayson?
Yeah, none. Thanks.
Who of those players could they least afford to lose?
Probably Alir for me, followed by Finlayson.
Finlayson's unbelievable. Rosie and Butters have been incredible. So what was their coaches' votes? They gave it.
Butters got
Sam's got a quote. Sam, give us the quote.
I just saw here, so Swamp Thing said, most coaches' votes polled in a 4-game span. 39, Martin and Dangerfield. So Dusty and Danger, of course, you'd expect that. But then next, 38, Zach Butters.
Wow.
Pretty incredible, isn't
10, 8.
Yep. Well, there's no way Nono would have given Taranto best on ground. I mean, he
was good.
He got 4 votes and he got 4 goals.
Your cult hasn't got him in the top 150 players in the land.
He explained that. He said that still puts him in a fairly rarefied.
Well, I do laugh about that. But he was BOG by the length of straight in my eyes. 40 plus 3 and 9 tackles. Give you a spell.
Didn't win.
Okay.
It's Alir to me was.
Was Gillen on the bench?
Gillen was on the Richmond bench.
No, Gillen McLaughlin, CEO Gillen.
He was sitting there. We saw it during the game.
Really?
We just couldn't believe our eyes.
So I thought, what's Gillen doing there? What's he doing down there? So I rang I rang one person today.
Oh, you're going to say a few, that's right.
Sounds better when you say a few.
Work the phones.
I rang one person. I said, what was Gillen doing on the bench? He said, well, he often goes down there. It's normally to a St Kilda game because he barracks for St Kilda. But he often just sort of wanders down there and just says hello, and that's part of his role as chief executive to mix and mingle. But imagine you're sitting on the bench.
Has he ever been on the Crows bench or Port bench?
Don't know.
Not to my knowledge.
No, there you go.
Imagine you just wandering down and what are you doing here, Gil?
Put the cans on, Kenny, and grab the magnet board.
But I said, well, fair enough. You're the chief executive. You can do that.
Well, while he was doing that, Damien Hardwick had his feet up having a beer.
Yeah, and
on Twitter.
He posted that on Twitter, and he's showing his bottle of beer or whatever is it, a stubby of beer and feet up. That's not a good look.
Why?
He's sort of walked. He's left the club. I didn't say walked out, but he's left the club, and I don't know. Just
The capture was something like how long till the Tigers start, the Tigers game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He had his little dog there and he's got the fireplace, he's got his little Ugg boots on. No, I don't mind that.
I don't know. Just I thought, don't rub it in. You're sitting back, you're relaxed. The rest of us are being crushed under the pressure of performance. But
he's probably still getting 800,000 a year. Hello, Phil.
How you going, boys? Two things. The Crows are going to have to drop 2 players out of that team this week with Smith and Hinch coming back in.
Okay.
It's going to be tough, isn't it?
There was,
and the other one is, boys, the state game.
Yep.
So the SNFL state game, whoever's winning the top of the table when the state game comes up gets the home game on, say, Saturday, 2:40 start.
Say that again, sorry.
So whoever is top of the SNFL ladder when it is the state game, they get the game at their oval.
Oh, I see. As a venue.
Right.
As a venue, yeah.
For a state game, I see.
So, for example, Sturt would have it this year.
Yeah.
And only.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, that's not a bad idea because you'd certainly get a good crowd and you'd get a good atmosphere there. But your point about who comes back in, who goes out, you'd think Ned McHenry is, and maybe
Paddy Parnell.
Yeah,
is he unlucky, Ned?
Ned's
15 touches, I think.
Ned's definitely unlucky.
He plays
so is young Parnell. But now when you're playing well and everyone's fit,
there's depth.
There's always going to be casualties. So
that's a good sign of a good club. That's what I say.
It's who you're leaving out and how hard it is to.
Now it's 1 minute to 5. What do you want to talk about? The Aussie cricketers.
Oh no, Sir Alex Ferguson.
When's their game start? That World Tour? That's not next. That's next week, isn't it?
Next week, is it?
They play India.
The squad's got named today.
June 7th?
No, they were photographed with Sir Alex Ferguson at Old Trafford.
Oh, were they?
I thought, who would you like to meet? Who would you like to? Which sporting hero would you like to meet?
Not him.
Yeah. Not Sir Alex?
Nah.
I'd find him interesting.
Would you?
Yeah, definitely be interesting.
Who was the one we interviewed? Who was the Broncos coach for all those years, and he's still coaching now? The old
Wayne Bennett.
Wayne Bennett was the. I've always been fascinated with him, and he hasn't disappointed.
No,
he's an intriguing, brilliant man.
I think I'd like to spend a bit more time because he doesn't talk. He doesn't give anything.
No, you and he would get on well. He's a non-drinker.
Had a hard life, you know.
He has had a bloody
Not
hard
all
life.
non-drinkers
He wrote a book and we interviewed him. Have you done him for... he'd be fantastic for...
I keep thinking of...
Well, he's coaching that new franchise, the Dolphins.
That's what I mean.
They've done pretty well. Over 900 games of NRL he's coached.
He's a legend.
Now, BL Shipway.
The
South Australian Institute looking after SA's hydraulic and pneumatic needs for over 70 years. If you can't get into their huge Richmond Road location, which is very shortly to be Morford Road location,
Get into their Morford Road.
They'll send a Ryco 24/7 van out to you. Great company.
They're brilliant. Well done, Shippy. Thanks for the invite after the Westies game, but I had to get to Ty Orchid.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that it?
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I think you can tell your story walking, buddy. Well done.
It's 5 o'clock. It means it's news time and Treaders to join us next.
Rowey
And Timmy G.
on the 5AA Sport Show. Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
A possible shower tonight, a shower or two tomorrow, 18. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. The Prime Minister will give a speech in Adelaide tonight focusing on the voice to Parliament. The opposition is urging the PM to respect those with differing opinions. Sac De Silva reports.
Anthony Albanese has taken aim at people campaigning against the Indigenous voice to Parliament. He argues there have always been chicken littles opposing greater recognition of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. The Prime Minister says the time has come to enshrine the voice in the Constitution.
That's just common courtesy. That's just good manners.
Opposition leader Peter Dutton says Mr Albanese's criticism is disrespectful to people with legitimate concerns.
There's not an honest conversation going on from the government at the moment.
Legislation setting up the voice referendum is expected to pass federal parliament's lower house this week.
The wraps have come off the master plan and proposed layout of the new Women's and Children's Hospital for public consultation. The multi-billion-dollar complex will be built where the Theberton Police Barracks currently sit. It's set to feature critical care services all on the one floor and a helipad. Premier Peter Malinauskas says 30,000 square metres of inaccessible parklands will also be made available to the public.
We shouldn't have such an extraordinary facility like this one, locked up behind cyclone fencing that is rusted and outdated.
WA Premier Mark McGowan has announced he's stepping down as Premier of Western Australia. He says he no longer has the energy or drive to continue in the role, and his retirement will take effect at the end of the week.
As a young naval officer, when I drove across the Nullarbor in my Corolla in June 1991 to begin my posting at Garden Island, I never imagined I would one day become the Premier of Western Australia.
He became Premier in March 2017 and was opposition leader for 5 years before that. Online doctors will soon be banned from prescribing medication to patients they haven't met. It's part of a crackdown to prevent people from suffering serious harm. Royal Australian College of GPs President Dr Nicole Higgins says it's about protecting patients.
We need to make sure that we've got enough supply for those who need it versus those who want the drug. This has been a business opportunity versus healthcare solutions for patients.
It's been revealed a police officer was injured while conducting traffic duties at a multi-vehicle crash on the freeway last night. A Mitsubishi SUV collided with the rear of one of the stationary police cars. The officer seated in the Kia, a 55-year-old man, was conveyed to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigations into the initial four-car crash and secondary crash involving police remain ongoing. And Dave Gleeson is moving on from the Angels. He stepped in as lead singer in 2011, but is now turning his attention to his original band, the Screaming Jets. Drummer Nick Norton will now take over the duties behind the microphone, following in Gleeson and Doc Neeson's footsteps. Now turning to 5AA sport, and Adelaide defender Josh Worrell has signed a 2-year contract extension with the club. He'll remain in the tricolours till at least the end of 2025. The 22-year-old has impressed in his 6 AFL games since being drafted in 2019. It was another loss for Melbourne in round 11. Christian Salem says while they're not comfortable where they are, they need to put it in perspective.
It's a long season, and you can see every year there's teams that don't always stay up the whole year. Everyone has slumps, but it's just how we address it, how we start to turn it around the best we can, and it just starts at training. As simple as it seems, we have to keep working hard and find little ways to improve.
The Demons play Carlton on Friday night. 3 Aussies recorded wins on the opening day of the French Tennis Open, including South Aussie Thanasi Kokkinakis, and celebrations for Max Verstappen after victory at the Monaco Grand Prix. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Busy in the usual spots on the drive home, North Terrace at Pulteney Street, also the North-South motorway at the Boulevard Road exit. Getting sluggish, Anzac Highway at the Green Hill Road intersection. Got roadworks to look out for at Semaphore Park. Military Road near St Albans Terrace speeds at 40. The lane closed with cameras Marshall Terrace, Brooklyn Park, and Mawson Lakes Boulevard at Mawson Lakes. Receive the free bowel screening test kit. Don't put it off. If you're aged between 50 and 74, take the kit to the bathroom and get to it. It's the free test that could save your life. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A possible shower tonight down to 12, a shower or two tomorrow 18. Wednesday, partly cloudy and 20. Thursday the same. Right now it's 16 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Why Manapara mother accused of deadly criminal neglect is back behind bars. The simple tracking technology which caught a southern suburbs car thief red-handed. New flights from Adelaide to Sydney for less than $100. And forget the supermarkets, where to really get some of Australia's cheapest groceries. I'm Brenton Raglas. The full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
A shock absorber, CV joint, or maybe a bearing kit. It may seem like just a four-wheel drive part, but open it up and you'll find so much more. Each Terrain Tamer four-wheel drive part is the culmination of 50 years of experience. Every break, every lesson, every setback far from home strengthens everything we do. So when you break down miles from home and you drag out our number, you'll know you're in safe hands. That's the Terrain Tamer Connection, and it comes free with every part.
Are you ready to try a revolutionary hearing aid? The hearing experts at Audica are looking for people who want to keep living life to the full while prioritising their hearing health. Audica offers invisible style hearing aids, and you may be eligible to give them a try for free for 2 weeks. Chat to your Audica clinician to find out if you are eligible. If you're over 26, book a free hearing check today. Visit audica.com.au or call 1-800-HEARING. T&Cs apply.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
The Royal Flying Doctor Service will be landing in your letterbox soon. Expect to learn about all the incredible things they do to help all South Australians, including those of us who live in Adelaide. It could be a heart attack, motor vehicle or farming accident. It could be helping a mum deliver a premature baby. Without the Royal Flying Doctor Service, they'd have to go it alone. For the people and the life you love, keep the Flying Doctor flying. Please show your support and donate today. Visit flyingdoctor.org.au.
There's only one drawback to owning a basic trailer. It's definitely not that it's made from Aussie steel, some of the best in the world. It's not the design, brilliant finish or incredible toughness, or the fact that it's manufactured right here in Paraka. Nah, the only drawback to owning a basic trailer is you may not see a lot of it.
Can I borrow your trailer again?
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Thanks, buddy.
Basic Trailers. Bigger, better, stronger. basictrailers.com.au.
When you do business with Duttons, you're dealing with a local. And at Murray Bridge, we're doing something huge. The new showroom and service centre is opening Saturday, June 3, and it'll be full of the best range from Mitsubishi, Hyundai and Ram. Of course, there'll be lots of open day specials, giveaways and a Barbie lunch. See you at the new Duttons Mitsubishi, Hyundai and Ram showrooms in Murray Bridge. Open from June 3.
Duttons.
Easy to do business with. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
9 minutes after 5 on your Monday evening. Coming up this hour, newly re-signed Crow Josh Worrell at 5:30. We have the former Queensland Origin star Sam Thaiday ahead of Origin 1 at Adelaide Oval on Wednesday, and we still have Port Locker Room tickets to give away, a double to this Saturday's game against the Hawks. But it's time now for Treaders, all thanks to Wayville Azusa Ute. It's driven by Australian Motors.
Throws it up long, goal clear, Treadray!
Warren Treadray.
The Premiership Cup to the captain, Warren Treadray.
Oh, Treadray! Party time! On the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, as we welcome Warren Treadray to the show. Now, Treaders, before we get on with the show, it's been 10 days or so of people standing down and, resigning. Saw the Premier of WA do it today as well.
Mark McGowan.
Yeah, he stood down as well.
Story walking.
Well, Koshy's decided to do it.
Oh, jeez.
But he's done it in a footy style, I reckon.
Have a listen to this on 7 this morning.
Now, before we move on, just a bit of news from me. I've decided to hang up the boots as co-host of Sunrise. So after 20 consecutive premierships in the breakfast TV ratings game, I'm frankly finding it harder to get off the ground to take those specky marks, and I reckon it's time to bring through the next generation. Let me tell you, I don't want to be a list clogger. I've been privileged to experience so many great adventures, to meet so many incredible people, and to cover so many moments of history in the making. It really is the world's best job.
Wow.
Missed one.
That was outstanding.
He missed co-captain of Sunrise.
Right. I missed that one as well. But I tell you what.
He had some time to prep that.
He loves footy.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Absolutely.
He's had a mighty
and what
career.
a magnificent career.
He only signed on again for 2 years, 6 months ago.
Did he?
Oh, so he is
Like,
doing
I
a
think
Damien
the
Hardwick.
Well, it's some similarities
Yeah,
there.
there is some similarities.
And
but-
how old is he? 60?
67.
66,
So
67?
21 years in that chair.
He's got more time to be at Port now.
That's,
Ooh,
that's
dangerous.
6 years more than I'd give before retirement.
Oh,
60? Gone.
I was thinking to myself,
Get out.
21 years doing that role,
At
getting
what
up at
time?
3 a.m.
Is it
Very good at his
2:30
role.
alarm clock?
That's tough.
He was a star.
Yeah, that's
2:30.
amazing.
The first thing you do is get makeup on.
I've never seen him actually
Yuck.
look flat. I've seen myself look flat, but I have not actually seen him look flat. So, Koshi, to everybody out
Mighty
there, congratulations
career, mate. Well
on a magnificent career at Sunrise. Well done. Treaders,
Yes.
Port keep winning.
They do.
They won without Boat, Jonas, Dixon, Marshall, Fantasia, Dersmont, Georgiades. That either shows really good depth or everybody that's getting on that park is contributing.
It was the buy-in for me. Like, and when you mention those names, are you classing them as first stringers?
Oh, they're
Or
guys
just
that have
injuries?
played.
Yeah, so Georgiades is, for me, he was dropped, so he was,
Yeah.
and there's future for him, but he's not in their best 22 if he's fully fit. I'd like to see him played, but he hasn't been played. Fantasia, sadly, can't rely on his body.
Well, I'm telling you, your coaches have a new best 22.
Well,
and maybe Dixon and Marshall aren't in it.
Well, I was about to say the same thing.
Oh, I think they're in it.
Right now, if they're fit, this is the thing I want to discuss, and I'd be interested to hear from what the listeners have got to say.
This is my question to you. Would you play him?
Well, that's the bit. I'm not saying yes right now.
I know
because
where you're
the
coming
forward
from.
system is working, albeit at the moment, right? We can only go with what we've got. So when I look at Marshall coming back in, he's not coming back in the Marshall last year, is he? If he comes back in
Not
this week.
yet. He's got
'Cause
some
he's had
confidence to build.
He's got
concussions.
confidence to build. He's had 2 concussions.
I'm
You've got
playing him
question
through the
marks
sample.
mentally, how
Yep.
it's going to go, right? So for me, Ollie Lord leads at the footy better than most, right? He smashes the pack better than all those blokes, right? Is he effective by foot set shot as those guys reliable? Not quite yet. He kicked a really telling goal from an Elia intercept behind the ball, which I thought was the key play in yesterday's game. So I love the way he reads the play, he leads up, he demands the ball, he smashes into packs. He's got that better than the other guys have got that, right? And if you bring, and Finlayson stand alone, he's getting not midfield numbers, but high forward numbers. Like, he's in the high teens when he wins disposals. He's kicked bags of goals. Yes, he's had some issues with set shots over the last couple of weeks, but he nailed a beautiful one yesterday. If Dixon comes back, historically says Port's mids just bomb the ball to him. It's a better look by having more players, probably less heralded forward line, but more intensity, more space, more staying out of each other's way. And if Dixon's coming back fully fit, that's a genuine discussion you need to have. But when you're 32 years of age, you've had a crook back, you've had a crook knee, now you've pinged a quad that Ken Hinckley says the day before the game, it's taking longer than we thought, then I'm not rushing any of those guys back, because you've got to come back in elite fitness or confidence,
And that's why you got the sample.
This sounds ridiculous, but they could probably do with just a hit out at sample level to build confidence and get some confidence and belief back in their body.
But then the question is, what's Port Adelaide's best forward six look like? Do you know what your best forward six would look like if you had everybody available?
Yeah, and is everyone at the top of their game?
No.
That's the problem. We're judging by, right now, I'm judging on
Dixon's in my
players
best
in the
22
team.
if he's fit and firing, without a shadow of a doubt.
Everyone's in my best 22 if they're fit and firing, but reality is not everyone is fit and firing at the same time. That's my point, is right now you've got 2 forwards, key forwards, who are doing the job comfortably. So for me, for them to come out, the other's got to come in better form or play better when they're in the team, and I'm not confident you get that just yet. So I'm not a believer that you just make change because of these guys have been an All-Australian or they've been a leading goal kicker last year. They've got to force themselves back into the team, and I think that's a strength that Port's got going at the moment. Yeah, I agree. At their absolute best, Charlie Dixon, first half of his All-Australian year, is their best forward. But we haven't seen that form since 2020. Right, Marshall was their best forward last year,
I think
but we
you
haven't
have
seen
in games
that. We haven't
with Charlie. Charlie's had the odd good game since then.
He's had that odd good moment. He hasn't had the odd big
and
game.
He's played in a couple of those wins.
But Marshall was their best forward last year, but we haven't seen that form from Marshall this year.
He turned the game at the MCG, was it, this year, when he went into ruck? What was that game?
Yeah,
Charlie?
moments, but not for a full 4 quarters. That's what I'm just saying. And I'm saying Marshall's form on last year, where he's a 40-plus, nearly 50-goal forward, we haven't seen that performance from him this year because of concussion and injury and niggles and those likes of things.
Treaders, the thing for me at the moment is, say they have a couple of games in Sandford, fair enough, and they come back fully fit. At the moment, we're trying to make a forward line with a Burton or a Bergman and the like, and that for me, I don't think that's us at our best. So that's where a Marshall or a Dixon obviously fills that missing piece that they're trying to band-aid at the moment.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree with that, because for me, the two mainstays in the forward line, right, because it all depends, and off the back of Scott Lysett playing so well in the ruck last 2 weeks, you only need a pinch hitter now.
Finlayson does it brilliantly.
Yeah, and that's the bit, but he's hardly being used in the ruck, really. You know what I mean? Lord might be used, he might be used, but if you go Lysett's in the team, that changes what you can do forward. So I'm not a believer, and I've always loved key forwards. I always protect the membership, right?
Yes.
But I'm not sure you can play three with Lysett in the ruck. Forward to centre, because
I'd agree with that.
What is Port doing at the moment? Powell-Pepper's been phenomenal for the last 2 or 3 years in that role.
Yep.
They've found one that I didn't think was possible in Darcy Boone-Jones.
Yep.
Not only that, but from set shots too.
Yep.
For a bloke who's never played forward in his AFL career, he's gone, and those two are locked in, right?
Yep.
So then if you say two others, what do the other two then look like? Well, that's the bit. Rioli's one, but his form needs to probably get better. Fantasia, if he gets fit, might come into that discussion. Georgiadis is gone, and the other one generally could be a forward. Like, I'm trying to look on yesterday, who else played forward?
McEntee.
He's that pressure player.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them give a Mead more options. So for me, it looks like he's going to fall out again because he's the first sub and there's players coming back in. But it's a tough decision, and Port yesterday tried with Burton. For me, that was a short-term fix. I didn't think that was going to work. Right? And then they put Burton there, who's been in ripping form. So I actually think the two talls and then the pressure is where they've actually really improved.
Treaders, we've got a unique homestyle food text. Boys, you have to finally hold Warren to account for his comments in round 3. After the Port game yesterday, he repeatedly tried to rewrite the history books. We all know he said many times Ken has to go. Surely it's time for him to admit he was wrong and apologise. Surely. Cheers, Brian.
Didn't even talk about that post-game. I talked about the players' effort being well beyond what they delivered in the first 3 rounds.
Is it time to apologise to Ken, the people?
What? For wanting a higher standard?
Well, I would have thought saying his job was untenable, and now he's won 8 straight.
Yeah, well, he's won. At that time,
second top.
At that time, I agree with I stand by what I said. The fact since then, things have changed.
Yep.
And I'm as pleased as anyone. People want to say I'm taking credit. No, I'm not. We're flogging the same dead horse. Reality is the standards are lifted. And that's all we want.
Well done, Brian. You get the answer? Though Treaders is looking right at me. That was Brian.
Fair enough too.
Treaders, that was Brian.
Yeah, that's okay.
What do you say to people that say that Josh Carr's pulling all the reins then? I hear it all day, every day.
So do I.
What a crock of crap that is. Love Joshy, but it's a collective. Poor old Ken can't win.
Any coaching group is a collective.
Every coaching group's a collective.
You hear
Nixie
it,
would
you
have a
hear it.
collective.
We've got it in the room, said, Josh Carr's pulling all the reins. No, he's not. Well, he'd be embarrassed for people to even say that.
Well, reality is, there's been a change. But no one seems, Ken's gone to the bench. He gets a different look at the game. That's a different look at the game, isn't it?
Absolute godsend for me. It's been brilliant.
Well, whatever they've done, keep doing it.
But it's a different look at the game.
Oh, absolutely.
And the midfield, the assistant coaches are now getting a different look at the game by being the eyes and ears for the coaches on the bench. For me, that's a change.
Okay.
It's changed since round 3.
The thing about it
is... The senior coach's record has gone boom since round 3 because of that change, I believe. Is that fair?
Do we have to go to a break or not?
Oh, we can, Tim.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to go to a break. No, all right.
Stay in the moment, Tim. Don't worry about Sam.
Absolutely, I will.
Yeah, I thought pushing the buttons.
Put me off there.
Does Tom Jonas come back in?
Well, that's one of the texts here.
Wow.
Is Jonas imports best 22?
He does for me.
I like the fact. And I don't want to encourage this, but if he keeps getting suspended for 1 week, gives him a nice time to recover because Tommy has bashed his body.
Yeah.
Every time he's played for Port
He's in
Adelaide,
my team.
he puts his body on the line, he smashes packs, you name it. That's the way he plays. You can't play any differently. But I find when he has that week off for being suspended, he's got more spring in his steps.
Well, he shouldn't have missed this week's game.
No, I don't think so either.
So, but the question is he in the best 22?
Yep, he's in mine. I've just answered that.
At this stage, yes.
So he's not in yours?
No, I'm not saying he's not.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I just think his form hasn't been to the level we
Yeah.
expected in previous years.
Okay.
But
Someone said to me the other day, if he wasn't captain, he wouldn't be in the team. And I said, oh, hang on,
No,
that's
he's up.
harsh.
He's up turbo.
That's harsh. But when you've got now the pressure for spots is as good as it's ever been, we just had that same discussion around Dixon and Marshall not being a fait accompli to come straight back in.
At this stage,
He's in my team.
Tom's in mine.
Excellent work,
Well,
guys.
well, gee, on that note, we'll go to the break.
There's the period
Happy
of
with
that
that?
conversation. 21 minutes after 5. Here's your roads.
Busy in the usual spots on the drive home, including the north-south motor with the Boulevard Road exit. Also North Terrace at Poultney Street, pretty sluggish. Got works at Anglevale to look out for. Anglevale Road near Broster Road speeds at 40, and got a lane closed this afternoon at Hilton. So Donald Rabbit Drive near Pearson Street speeds at 25. Cameras, May Terrace, Brooklyn Park, and Military Road at West Beach. Goodyear Auto Care, your tyre and auto experts, have 20% off Goodyear Wrangler DuraTrack 4x4 tyres. Limited time only. Ends tomorrow. Call now on 132343. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sport Show with Rowey and Timmy G. The Adelaide Cabaret Festival returns for 2023 at Adelaide Festival Centre, and 5AA is a proud partner. This year's program has been curated by an all-star lineup of 9 previous artistic directors from the past 22 years, including Julia Holt, David and Lisa Campbell, Kate Sobrano, Ali McGregor, Julia Zamiro, Eddie Perfect, Ellen Cumming and Tina Arena. The 2023 Adelaide Cabaret Festival, 9th to the 24th of June. Visit adelaidecabaretfestival.com.au.
We love our vast, rugged country, but out here, there's no place to break down. For 50 years, the team at Terrain Tamer have been engineering, testing and manufacturing off-road four-wheel drive parts. Over this time, we've learnt what is reliable and how we can strengthen a vehicle to ensure a safe journey. With Australia's largest range of four-wheel drive parts, we're the four-wheel drive specialists. So you can be sure no matter where you are in Australia, the Terrain Tamer team will be there to help you get home. With Terrain Tamer, you're in safe hands.
Here comes life. Prepare for it with Bupa, CanStar's outstanding value health insurance for 2022. Search Bupa to make the switch today. Bupa, because life happens.
Time to find out what's making news in the Channel 7 newsroom as we welcome Rosanna Mangiarelli to the show. And Rosanna, some tough opposition for the Crows' new base.
Yeah, it's certainly heating up, Tim, and the critics of the Thebarton plan are taking their fight to Parliament with plans for a massive protest. So at 6 tonight, we'll tell you what residents are most worried about and their list of demands as well. Also, why a woman accused of fatally neglecting her daughter is now behind bars. We'll give you your first look at the master plan for the new Women's and Children's Hospital. Now, Adelaide's car-proud car thief busted, get this, washing his stolen vehicle at a Morphett Vale car wash when police tracked him down. Also, the next 6 Adelaide suburbs set to skyrocket in value. Heavily discounted flights just in time for the July school holidays, how to snap up a bargain airfare, and what sparked Koshy's big call to quit Sunrise. All the goss tonight, 7 News at 6, Tim.
Brilliant, Rosanna, and all the team at Channel 7. There's only one choice, 7 News tonight at 6.
Winter is coming, but the forecast isn't all bad, as the Olympic Industries winter sale is on now. Expect strong savings across our entire range of sheds and more. Step out and grab a deal. Olympic Industries, built to last.
The South Australian Government is rushing to make new laws to stop peaceful protests. You could be hit with a $50,000 fine or even go to prison just for exercising your rights. So much of what makes our state great has been won by people standing up for what's right. Parliament is about to vote on these new laws. Get in touch with your local MP now. Ask them to stand up for our democracy and say no to the anti-protest laws. Authorised by the South Australian Council for Social Service Adelaide.
As we all know, SA is going through a housing crisis right now. But McGain Real Estate really want to help. If you're a landlord looking to sell your property, but you're feeling a bit guilty about disrupting an awesome tenant, McGain have landlords ready to purchase your property and keep that tenant in place. The team at McGain have hundreds of landlords ready to buy investment properties, So there's no need to stress about asking the tenant to move out or waiting for the lease to end. Visit magain.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes after 5, we have a $50 Powers voucher, 8223 0000. Get to your calls in a second. Josh Worrell from the Crows very shortly.
Hey, there's a number of these on the Unique Home Style Foods text. Is Josh Sin ready for AFL?
Yeah, well, Steve at Prospect said... Is Riley Bonner in our best 22?
Well, is that a
would
one
you swap
for
one for one there?
I think it's something to look at. Well, I was at Prospect on the weekend with the Port Maggies, helping out Serge, and I'm telling you, Sin was a thorn in our side. He had 20, by memory, 26 and kicked 2 from half back. And you can talk about kick.
Can kick.
He's a good long
he's
kick
jet
too.
of a kick.
Okay.
And what I've seen one piece of him, right, at a level, live, and I'm like, he could slot straight into AFL footy.
No. Well, do one thing for me. Don't take Lockie Jones out of defence.
Well, you
know he's my favourite.
Thought he had his breakout game.
We just did a selection before, and you kept Tom Jonas in, and he took his spot on the weekend. So what are you doing now?
God.
Huh?
Sorry, Jones.
I'll tell you what he's doing. He's
This is where
Lockie's spot.
And this is where
That's
I give
exactly where you're
coaches an
coming
out.
from. Absolutely.
Because it's a bloody hard job.
It is indeed.
Hello, Luke.
Hello, fellas. Just 2 points. Treaders, the second one, I'm going to ask you a direct question and I hope you can answer. But I have to disagree with you what you're saying about Ollie Lord and their forward setup. I love watching him play, but I just think his accuracy is really, really poor, below AFL standard. And goal-kicking accuracy I'm talking about. I believe Todd Marshall was a much better fit because yes, he doesn't crash and bash the pack in the forward line, but what Marshall does do is he's got a very, very good football brain and his accuracy is dead eye, and we really need that at the moment with Port Adelaide. And what I was going to ask you, Treaders, is if Port Adelaide signed Ken Hinkley now for 3 years, would you support that and would you be happy with that?
Last question first. You could say I hide behind the club's decision. I think it needs to run the course because they've been in this situation before where they've signed early and it hasn't worked out. So for me, my opinion right now, I would hold firm to what the board has said in August. Right, the first bit, Lord, I understand what you're saying, but I think his last kick for me was a big moment kick and he nailed it. And yes, I agree with Marshall, who is a better set shot at goal right now. But for me, he's coming off 2 concussions. And that's why I'm saying if the opportunity arose this week to rush Marshall back, I wouldn't want to see it at Lord's expense because I think he delivers something that's probably better than Marshall.
I'm with you.
So I get you right now. Who's a better footballer at their best? Absolutely Marshall. But Marshall's coming off 2 concussions in 2 weeks. Whereas Lord, I love how he launches into the footy. And he's raw, don't get me wrong. And he's probably an 8-possession player at the moment, and you need more. But he's delivering something a lot better than I thought he would this early in his career. And I've been really happy with what I've seen.
Let's go to Collie. Troy, where you been, mate?
It's bloody cold. How you going, Rowey and boys?
What's going on, mate? Good. What's going on?
Yeah, long time no hear, about 24 hours ago. But anyway, hey, boys, I'm glad you brought up what I suggested yesterday with Ollie Lord and Marshall and all them. My question to you, Treaders, is now that Ollie Lord's come up, and you were saying yesterday maybe Tom Scully as a centre-half forward.
He was massive against the Roosters.
Yeah. Not that I want the bloke to go, but if Georgiades wants to go, would you let him go or not?
Well, you don't have a choice. He's out of contract, and my info would suggest that he's probably looking around. He's got, at best, 9 months on the sidelines, rehabbing a knee. And that's if it goes absolutely perfect, but his age, you'd probably give it 12 months. And he hasn't been in Port's best 22 consistently, and when they've had chances to stick with him, they have, and then sometimes they haven't, and he's probably a guy going, well, I want an opportunity.
If West Coast dangled a first rounder, Port would jump at it.
Well, Port doesn't, let's be honest, let's put the other side of it, what you're saying. They put all the eggs in the Horn Francis basket, which every club in the comp would have done to get him. They do not have any first-round picks this week.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. So
there's a first rounder there.
And then there's the one we don't want to talk about, if you're a Portman, Bergman.
Well, there's another first rounder.
They're both out of contract. So the answer to the question is, if he wants to go, then there's an easy trade and an easy first-round pick coming in.
I think there might be tears in here if Bergman goes with Timmy G.
Oh, there is, and Georgie.
Won't be just tears. It'll be smash microphones and computers, I think, Tim.
Can't have everything, Timmy. Stop being greedy.
No, you can have your cake and eat it too if it's your cake.
Well, you're all in with Horn Francis. Hope he wins 8 Brownlows.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, but Bergman's nothing to do with Horn Francis.
No.
Bergman's if he wants to re-sign, and he's had a challenge with homesickness early on in his career. Whether that is now, we don't know. He's put his contract off, which is never ideal.
Maybe a flag will change that, eh? We got through a bit there. That was brilliant.
Yeah, win a flag.
Okay.
Oh, good on you, Treaders. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, the Crows go. They did all right, didn't they, Rowey?
Yeah.
How's that credit line going there, Sam?
So you're talking flags, Timmy. What are you talking, Rowey?
Oh, we'll beat you in a grand final.
Yeah, look forward.
You know what?
At an empty MCG.
It's coming quickly. I cannot wait for round 20. Ooh. I think I'm going to explode that week with anticipation.
Yeah, have you seen the roster?
What do you mean?
You're not calling it.
Aren't I?
No.
All good.
Good. Haven't you seen it?
Well, the way I called the game yesterday wouldn't surprise me.
All right, let's exit this conversation.
Jeez,
you're positive, aren't you? It is 5:30.
I got into the umpires yesterday.
Oh,
wow.
You've taken low-hanging fruit, have you?
Yes, I did. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah. They were deplorable.
Headlines coming up, but I don't think this will be in the news headlines just now, so I'll bring it to you first. Rory Laird and Dane Zorko have been handed one-match bans.
I thought that.
We will follow this up after the break, but that is what's come out of the
potential
MRO.
eye gouge. Mm-hmm. So we've got punches, people get off, and now we've got eye gouge, you only get one.
Yeah, and Laird's was his tackle.
Yes.
He cannot... Oh, God. He had 6... No.
More of those details after the break. We'll get to the 5:30.
I'm not coming back after the break.
You will.
I'm out.
You will.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. The Voice to Parliament will be at the centrepiece of the Prime Minister's Luitja O'Donoghue address in Adelaide tonight. Bail has been revoked for a northern suburbs mother charged with the death of her daughter Charlie through criminal neglect. 9 senior partners at accounting giant PwC are on forced leave as the fallout continues from the tax leak scandal. And in sport, Port's AFLW team officially kicked off pre-season training today. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
At St Agnes Carvey Tree, Greenwood Drive near Whiting Road. Busy at the moment at a few spots on the drive home, including North Terrace of Pulteney Street, also Salisbury Highway, Kings Road. Got work slowing things up at the moment at Eden Hills, lane closed there. Shepherd's Hill Road near Sturt Road, speeds at 40, with cameras North-South Motorway Boulevard and Park Terrace at Brumalodge. This State of Origin, try Sportsbet Same Game Multi. They're dishing up more markets, more offers and bigger odds. Make it a Same Game Multi with Sportsbet. Conditions apply. Chances are you're about to lose. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, a possible shower tonight down to 12, a shower or two tomorrow 18. Right now it's 15 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
Oh sure, we'll help you with your groceries. You're cleaning too. That's right, you can continue living in your own home. Yes, we have a great health and wellness team. Oh, 72? Yeah, no, that's the perfect age to take up photography as a hobby. Figuring out aged care for yourself or a loved one? Start with Anglicare SA. Our experts will help you navigate aged care and personalise the services you need. Search Anglicare SA Aged Care. Anglicare SA. Together, we change lives.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Crowey's.
So, visit Crowey's. And while you're there, join Crowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Crowey's.
25-6. Josh Worrell coming up. Just signed a 2-year deal. Good to have him back.
Congratulations.
Great to have him back. Beale Shipway is an SA institution that's been looking after SA's hydraulic and pneumatic needs for over 70 years. What a brand. They work with the best. They got Bosch, Rexroth, Enerpac, IDAC, Allpath, Easy Fit. Don't mean a lot to us, but it does to people who blow a hose. They have plenty of stock at their 217 Richmond Road and a team of absolute experts just ready to help out. So please get in store, jump on the blower, have a chat. They are there for you. And remember, BL Shipway state-of-the-art workshop. They will take care of your equipment, your servicing, your vans. They'll send a Ryco 24/7 van out. Who does that? I'll tell you who.
Grant Corns. He's driving it. He's driving it.
Imagine if you rocked up with your, I don't know, your head is just blowing a hose and Stud goes, let me in.
Yeah.
It's a stud.
He's
I'm going to fix your pneumatics.
representing BL Shipway.
Do you know what? Knowing Stud, he probably could.
He'd help out.
There you go. Support a great SA company when you need anything to do with hydraulics. BL Shipway is the joint. 217 Richmond Road or blshipway.com.au.
No, it's a pleasure. So look around at your leisure.
So why buy an Island Star caravan? Well, there's thousands of them on the roads all over Australia. They're built for luxury and to stand the test of time. With 5 decades of service to Australia, go with the people you can trust. Knowles Island Star Caravans. You'll love the way they do business.
Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans.
This is RB Day with more tales from the bedroom, thanks to Supercraft Bedding. Supercraft Bedding has been recycling before it was on trend. Did you know that we'll pick up your old mattress when we deliver your new one and have the old one recycled? The other day, Tim picked up a 45-year-old mattress that was made by us. Sure, it had seen better days, but what an innings. This is RB Day for Supercraft Bedding, building better beds at 42 Richmond Road, Keswick.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
23 minutes to 6. Just repeating the news that came out before the headlines. Rory Laird has been offered a one-match suspension by the MRO for that dangerous tackle on Lachie Neale. And a one-match ban has been handed to Dane Zorko as well for contact to the eye region.
Well, Rory Laird's, we watched it, did we not?
Yes.
It was on Lachie Neale in the third quarter. We called the passenger play. It was just a great tackle. Lachie Neale got the free kick. He jumped straight up and off he went. Played for the rest of the game. It was careless, medium, high. You cannot get a game for that.
Well, he did.
Well, he has. The momentum.
You'd be surprised what you can get a game
for. The
for.
momentum of Neale, because he's a powerful bloke with the tackle. What do you expect him to do? Let him go and let him kick a goal. It was inside 50.
Tom Jonas got holding the ball for his.
Here's the 5AA call of the tackle from Laird.
On the outer side, big tackle again by Laird. On his man, Neale. On his quarter sling. Oh, you are kidding, umpire. Number 16's had a stinker. He has caught a sling tackle and Neale's got the free kick. Where is this game going?
That was live as it happens. So that's instantly. That's how I saw it. Now, I am a dinosaur. I am a joke. And people get into me. Protect the head. His head didn't even hit the grass. Do you reckon it did?
Well, it did have contact.
It didn't
with
rattle
the
him. I mean, give me a spell.
I think I'm just trying to count through them. There's been a lot of bans this week by the MRO. I think about 5 of them are dangerous tackles, and we know this year none of them have got off at the tribunal.
No, not one.
So,
and I think that's why Port didn't go to the
if Crows don't challenge that
tribunal on Jonas,
then they'll be the laughing stock of the league.
Adam Chera is challenging for Carlton.
They'll be gun shy too.
You reckon they will?
Yeah, there's already a challenge from Carlton on a dangerous tackle. That'll go up tomorrow night. If Rory Laird does, that'll be a second dangerous tackle this week. Who knows if any others go up.
Well, you know what? He's got a bit of a sore calf. But that'll cost him a Brownlow if he was
just about to say
the restaurant
for that.
He'd be a chance.
Imagine missing a Brownlow for that.
I know.
This game's a joke.
Service your Mitsubishi at Agostino Mitsubishi. Book a free loan car or enjoy a coffee while you wait.
Well, the Crows had an impressive win over the Lions, and they got an extra good news because Joshy Worrell has signed a 2-year extension. Josh, congratulations on 2 fronts.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, very happy to be signed on for 2 more.
Well done. Pick number 28 in 2019. It's your 4th season. You've really made your mark there. I know they've made you earn it. You've had to get your body right and everything, but you'd be stoked with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thrilled, It's been, good 4 years, and, just stoked to be on for another 2 more.
Okay. Well, you subbed off yesterday with fatigue. Did you have cramp? Did you have full body cramp? Did you lock down Josh Worrell?
Yeah. I went into a bit of a spasm on the field and
jeez.
to the bench, and just got handed. They just said, "Oh, we'll get pistol on and give him a run." So, I wasn't. I was pretty. I was cramping up everywhere. Put it that way.
God. Didn't you have that cactus juice? What do they have? That whoopie weed? What's it called?
The pickle juice.
Yeah, don't you have that?
Didn't do anything for me, unfortunately.
Oh, jeez, Joshy, how's the hammies?
Yeah, they're good. They're stronger than ever.
Well
so hopefully no more issues in that department, but we'll wait and see.
Hey, Josh, you had your work cut out down back, didn't you? The first and third quarters, they were at you, and you guys had to stand up.
Yeah, there was a few moments where we were not looking like getting it out, but it was I think credit to the defence. We just been working really hard at that and just staying in the moment and just taking it one entry at a time and getting it back out, which was good to see that we held up real strong.
Yeah, because they were quite damning stats. I mean, 13-1 in the first quarter inside 50s, then 14-1 inside 50s. I was talking earlier with the boys just about what the coaches sort of said to try and stop that. What would you say? That momentum was just quite phenomenal. They didn't score, which was your credit. They didn't score.
Yeah, it was coming down there a lot, but I think just doing the simple things right, not trying to give away any easy goals and making it hard every time they came in there. It probably paid off in the end. We were able to use the ball out of defence and rebound off it.
What I loved, and I said this to Tommy Duday after the game, when teams get momentum on you, and there's been a couple of times earlier in the year where they've kicked multiple goals. Now, some might say, well, in the end, they could have kicked 9 goals, not 1 goal 9 in that third quarter. You can say you've butt some candy nuts. But I find as a team now you stay calm. I don't even know if that's the word, or you stick to your process or your structures. You just keep cracking in. And what you're able to do a number of times was kick a goal against that passage of play. And that's invaluable as a young team, Josh. Did the coaches talk about that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just recognising those moments when we're under the heat and not like going into our shell and just kicking to post. It's still using our skills and trying to move the game forward. And then, like you said, scoring a goal when the tide's against us is really valuable. We're able to reset after a centre bounce and get back to what we know, which is forward half footy.
How enjoyable is it now, Josh? You've been there in the toughest 4 years of the club, from a wooden spoon all the way where they are now. Do you find it enjoyable? Do you find you're developing that DNA and it's a better brand of footy to play and be a part of?
Yeah, 100%. Well, like I said before, I came into the club with Nixie as well, like a new generation, and obviously it was tough in the first few years, and it was it's good to almost grow with a new bunch of boys and be there since the start, sort of thing. So, it's really it's like almost a proud moment seeing everyone kind of like gel together finally and it all working out for us, which is really nice.
Has it surprised you, the spike in the team's form?
Not at all. I don't think we always had the skills and stuff. I'd just say maybe it was the lack of maturity in such a young group, but I think we've been able to, recognise different moments in games, use the ball well, and take what's come forward to us.
And one thing, Josh, I noticed in the game, there was quite a fair bit of aerial contest going on. Danner and Hipwood, trying to jump with the ball. You guys just made sure that came to ground nearly every single time. I was impressed with that.
Yeah, it's a big focus for us as a backs group, obviously, getting them done. And obviously got Muzz and Butty who have jobs on them and try and get them done. But I think for the other boys, it's about trying to roll off and help and work his back group. And when we do that, we play our best footy.
And Ben Keys had a job on Lockie Neal, looked like early at least, and he did his role again.
Yeah, Keysy, we love him. He works very hard. So, when he gets given a role, he smiles and takes it on.
Did you see Rory Laird got a game for laying what I would have called the perfect tackle, holding the ball?
I haven't seen it yet, Rowey.
God.
I can't really comment on that, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get you in trouble, Josh.
Even if you saw it, you're not allowed to comment.
I'm good at doing that myself. But
exactly.
Are you happy as a modern footballer that it's protect the head at all costs? Let me word it like that.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Well, if my head's in the deck, I guess so. No, I like I said, it's what it is now, and I think we've just got to kind of accept that and move on.
Hey, Josh, you ever been to Darwin?
No, I've never been to Darwin, actually. I've never been to Darwin.
Here's your chance. Here's your chance, mate.
Well, if all things go my way. No, I went to Cairns, and that was for my debut, and that was hot enough and wet enough for me, so there's a bit of nerves going into this one.
Just don't go dropping your toes in any sort of puddles that could have
no water,
like a crocodile in the corner, so to speak. Josh, you steer away from water, please.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, you'll love it, mate. You'll love it. And this time of year, it's actually quite nice. So, and you'll be playing a night game against Gold Coast as well, mate. And I presume you had a chance to have a look at that game at all.
The Doggies Gold Coast game. Yeah, watched it obviously. A few of the Doggies boys had a few sweatbands on and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think there'll be a few different tactics we might use in terms of dealing with the heat throughout the week and whatnot to try and get us ready for the game.
Get out there like a 70s tennis player.
What's the rule with headbands at our club, Josh? I mean, 'cause you've got the flowing locks there.
I don't think there's any formal rule. I think it's more a undisclosed rule. Just don't wear one. But in saying that, Sam Berry gets away with one. So
True. Actually, he does too. I forgot. But that's one of those shoelace ones, isn't it? They don't count.
Well, not the big tennis ones.
Not the big tennis ones.
The little one.
Josh, I'm proud of you, mate. 2-year contract extension. You're making that spot down there your own. It's great to have you back. Get your body down, stay sound, because you're certainly in that best 22, mate. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me, boys.
Well done, Josh.
All the best, Josh.
They were busting their chops to get him back in. Now, I know Hingy went down and...
Smart player.
Left footer. 190 odd centimetres. Good in the air, good on the ground, good versatility.
I watched him through his early part in the sample, quite a bit, doing the sample games.
Oh, you do
so,
too?
Yeah, I liked him straight away. I thought, he's a smart footballer.
Great work, Josh Worrell, our guest.
Get your Mitsubishi service by the award-winning service department at Agostino Mitsubishi. You can enjoy a coffee while you wait or book ahead for a free loan car. Arrange your service today at Agostino Mitsubishi. All right, it is time.
It's time for 7-Time Timmy's Lucky Sevens.
8223 0055. Port Hawthorn this Saturday at Adelaide Oval in the best seat in the house. Get on the line. We have 7 questions. If you can answer the 7th, you are on your way to the locker room. Let's check your traffic.
At St Agnes, we've got a carvey tree, Greenwood Drive near Whiting Road. Busy in a few spots, including North Terrace at Pulteney Street, also the Salisbury Highway at Kings Road. Roadworks slowing things up at the moment at Hindmarsh, Port Road near George Street. Got lane out of action at Woodville Road near Bower Street, speeds at 40 with a camera at Sampson Road at Elizabeth Grove. Need some extra cash now? At Cash Converters, you can get cash on the spot in as little as 10 minutes. Head into your local Cash Converter store to find out more. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sport Show. Each week on the 5AA Sport Show, Rowey and Timmy talk to star players from the Adelaide Crows. Thanks to Agostino Mitsubishi. Service your Mitsubishi at Agostino Mitsubishi. Book a free loan car or enjoy a coffee while you wait.
Adelaide Direct Stationers is more than just stationery. We're one of SA's largest suppliers of tech products, washroom products, PPE, workplace health and safety equipment, office furniture, food, snacks, beverages and much more. We have all your office and business needs in one place. With free next day delivery on orders over $50, plus same day 2-hour express delivery. Adelaide Direct Stationers, serving SA's largest businesses and a preferred government supplier. Visit AdelaideDirectStationers.com.au. Come along and feel the warmth of an FIVEAA retirement community and discover a special sense of belonging many residents say you'll feel right away. Share your passions and interests with like-minded people. Discover new friendships and live life to the fullest, all in the safety and comfort of a place that's more than just your home. It's your community. With 15 retirement communities across Adelaide, there's sure to be one you're warm to. Search FIVEAA First Step to book your discovery tour today.
Go round! I'm pedaling as fast as I can. Oh, shut up. Wait, there's a KFC. $4.95, fill up with mashies. Oh, Shut up and take my money!
Not everywhere and not forever. Only till 4 p.m. Pick up only.
Are you running a small business, or is your business running you? If you spend hours every day climbing mountains of admin, then you need Thrive, the all-in-one management software built for small business. Search Thrive, THRYV today.
Some things belong in the bin, like soggy sandwiches, half-eaten apples, hard-earned cash. Wait, give me that. If you're paying for electricity, you're basically chucking cash in the trash. So put your electricity budget towards something instead with Go Sunny Solar's Anytime Payment Plan. With no outlay, you can put what you were wasting on electricity bills towards paying for your solar panels instead. Let Go Sunny Solar keep your cash out of the trash. Visit gosunny.com.au/5AA.
The South Australian Government is rushing to make new laws to stop peaceful protests. You could be hit with a $50,000 fine or even go to prison just for exercising your rights. So much of what makes our state great has been won by people standing up for what's right. Parliament is about to vote on these new laws. Get in touch with your local MP now. Ask them to stand up for our democracy and say no to the anti-protest laws. Authorised by the South Australian Council for Social Service Adelaide.
If you're feeling unwell, you might be thinking of heading to the emergency department. But sometimes there's better ways to get better. For coughs and colds, a GP or respiratory clinic might be better. For minor cuts and grazes, you're better off at a pharmacy. And the emergency department is always there if you need it. Not sure what to do? Call Health Direct on 1800 022 222. For more info, visit sahealth.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
5AA Breakfast.
Is anybody out there going to see State of Origin? Do you care, or could you not give a toss? The word in Sydney is, why the hell did we give this game to an AFL state where people clearly don't care about it?
Informing Adelaide.
As of last Wednesday, there were 12,500 seats still for sale. Maybe people have just been spending too much money, but the way we're going, unless those seats get filled up, this will probably be the last time you see State of Origin here in Adelaide.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
8 minutes to 6.
It's time for 7-Time Timmy's Lucky Sevens.
It certainly is. Tell you what, you're going to get locker room passes, a double pass, to see Port Adelaide take on Hawthorn. And it's going to be a beauty. If you want tickets, go to portadelaidefc.com.au.
Okay, so we're 7 minutes to 6. That's 7 minutes. That's 1 minute per question. This is the longest quiz in the history of the world. Gareth from Woodville Park. Here's Timmy.
All right, Garth, let's correct this bloke. You'll go straight through.
Come on, mate.
There we go, Garth. Who leads?
Good, mate. Put never first up.
All right, you'll be right with this one. Who leads the head-to-head for the last 5 games between Port and Hawthorn?
I'll go Port.
It's incorrect. Sorry, Garth.
No.
He was nervous too, and he's straight out. Andy, I reckon you'd get this one right, wouldn't you? Who leads the head-to-head for the last 5 games played between Port and Hawthorn?
Timmy Hawks 3-2.
Oh, well done, Andy.
Jeez, he knew the answer.
Andy,
Wow.
brilliant. Well done. Question 2. Where do Port sit on the ladder right now?
Second.
Second's
Andy,
correct.
2 from 2.
3. Which former Port player made the move to Hawthorn last off-season?
Carl Amon.
That is correct. He's on a roll here. Question 4. Who had the most touches for Port in the win against Richmond? The most disposals?
Zach Brothers.
Correct again.
32.
Whoa. Question 5.
Come on.
Who kicked the most goals for Port in the 2004 Grand Final win?
Gavin Wangerman.
Oh, wow. He's on fire. Now, you're down to a 50-50 here for question 6. Yes or no? Did Port have any multiple goal kickers in the win over Richmond yesterday?
No, there was 10 individual goal kickers.
Oh!
Did Andy write these?
He wrote the questions. This is unbelievable.
Andy.
And last but
Here
not
we go,
least,
Andy.
how many games in a row have Port won?
8.
Mitchell, guilty.
He's on fire. He's got all 7 correct.
Andy.
Wow.
Outstanding.
Andy, you're gifted.
Timmy.
Yes, mate.
It's my birthday on Saturday.
Oh, happy birthday as well.
Sensational.
You could not have done that
Thanks,
any better,
Jimmy.
mate. Well done, mate. You'll have an absolute ball down there, mate.
Hang on, he's got something else
Enjoy.
to say. Andy?
He's 21.
Come on.
He's 21.
Andy.
Congratulations,
Jimmy.
mate. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Good Albert Park boy.
Cheers.
To
Good
make
Albert
your
Park
birthday,
boy.
Andy, I'll
Brilliant. How good's
chaperone
that?
you.
Good man. Congratulations, mate.
That was outstanding.
That was outstanding.
Now, before we go to the break, it's 5 minutes to 6.
That
There's
took
a lot
2
of-
minutes.
Oh, he was outstanding. A unique home-style food
Take that.
text. Well,
Stick that up
because
your
Andy
jumper.
was gifted. Stay on the line, Andy. We'll get your tickets. There is an absolute disconnect between what is a legal tackle, how we're taught to tackle, how the coaches ask you to tackle, and the intent of a tackle, and what gets reported. Without a shadow of a doubt, 4 players copped a game for dangerous tackle.
Yep.
3 of them have already said we're going to challenge that.
Okay.
So that would tell you that the club, the hierarchy, the player, the advocacy,
Don't agree.
the coach, and all that think, well, no, that doesn't deserve a game. They're rated as careless, medium, and high. Again, I've looked at all 4. The Rory Laird one of all of them is probably the softest. When I say the softest, it was a tackle of a bloke that's paid, Lachie Neale, to break tackles.
Mm-hmm.
He's paid to free the arms and draw an opponent in so that he can give to his opponent, and that opponent on the outside can run away. It's 101 of midfielders. Draw as many people to you, strong in the tackle, free the arms and release, and then you can hurt them. Lachie Neale's won a Brownlow for doing that. So you're told to wrap his arms up as a coach. You're told to take him to ground because you can't kick it and he can't dispose of it. And you're told to do that without hitting his head on the ground. You've got to try not to do 2 actions, lift him up, or slam his head in the ground or spear his head into the ground. Laird did none of that. He had 16 tackles.
Yep.
One of his 16 tackles was against this bloke, and this is nothing against Lachie Neale. Lachie Neale could not have, he was just outside 50, he wanted to get it back inside 50 for an inside 50, could not have jumped up any quicker to his feet, swung around and laced down a forward.
Yeah.
He wasn't injured, he wasn't dazed, he wasn't dopey, he didn't come off, he got a free kick, and that's where it should have stopped. There was no malice in it, there was no careless medium high. To the MRO, to the AFL and everybody and in sundry, you're wrecking the game. You're an absolute joke, and it needs to change.
Stephen Rowe rests his case.
No,
Your
but
Honour?
but Tim, they do. We go back to Jimmy Bartell. Was that a footy action?
Oh, absolutely.
Have we been doing that for 100 years?
I agree.
Was there any malice?
Not suspendable
So-
for mine.
no,
But unfortunately, I reckon they're all going to challenge it, and I reckon they're all going to lose.
So what is that saying about our great game?
It's changing.
I know that sounds a bit dramatic on the
did a
Foodland
bit,
stream,
yes,
but I've
it
just
did.
screwed up a bit of paper, which is your fast 7.
Well,
and I'm going to bounce this off your forehead. That's how
I'll give
angry
you-
I
Watch
am.
out, you get
I'll
suspended
nut
for
it in.
that.
I'll nut it in for a goal.
Yeah. I will get suspended for that. That's a bit of.
Yep.
What is happening to this great game?
Have your say. 8223 0000. If
Corner
Timmy's
of the
good
net.
enough, he'll put it into the net. It is 2 minutes to
God.
6. Sam Thaiday, NRL legend next.
The 5AA Sport Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Every week, an army of cooks, kitchen hands, foodies and friends arm the Meals on Wheels kitchens.
Okay, team, today it's all about the chicken stir fry.
Oh,
I'm on to the veggies, boss. Good on you, Reg. I'm on to the pumpkin soup. Love your work, Minnie.
Love to cook?
I'm not Gordon Ramsay, but my cooking's getting better. You do say so yourself. Oh, Minnie, I'm not a rock. I've got feelings.
We could do with you. Go to mealsonwheelsa.org.au. Meals on Wheels. Great food, great people.
Want a premium off-roader that eats all the others for breakfast? Get a Ram. With a huge 5.7 litre V8 Hemi under the bonnet and minimum 4.5 tonne towing capacity, these are built tough to work hard. With a luxury interior finish so you can go anywhere and do anything in style. See what the hype's all about. Test drive and service yours at the new Dutton's Ram dealership in Murray Bridge. Opening June 3rd. Book at duttonsram.com.au.
Dutton's. Easy to do business with.
Okie dokie, if you crack or smash a car window, back, front, door glass, bus or truck, don't stuff around.
I know where to go.
Call Complete Windscreens.
Complete Windscreens on 8269 4444.
You love it. For over 40 years, this family-owned SA business, well, they've been the leaders in the industry for auto glass
Very
repairs. No one does it better than the Dean brothers
Nobody.
at Complete Windscreens. Well, they don't.
No.
1976 they founded,
Incredible, isn't
They're
it?
still around. And they've welcomed me into the bosom of their business.
Yeah. 47 years, that is.
That is. That's
amazing.
unreal.
Well played.
When's the 50th? God, that'll be a hell of a party.
2026.
Now, if you do ping a windscreen or a back glass, side glass or door, you can pick your insurer. You can tell your insurer, I want to pick my repair of choice.
Yeah.
And then you pick...
Complete windscreens.
Done.
Because I've already rung them on 82694444.
Yeah, 220 Main North Road.
So sorry, I've already done it.
It's the big red koala logo.
Yeah, I know.
If you head down to town, there's Hungry's across the road. Big Hungry Cracks, then we're the next one. So if you're insured and you can pick your repair of choice, don't stuff around. Call Complete Windscreens. And we're going to do a special in the next couple of weeks because it's winter and people don't want their cars tinted. You know, why would you do it in winter?
Yeah, good idea.
A lot still do. Ask for me, and I'll do your car from about $180.
Wow.
It's almost half price.
Fully tinted.
Fully tinted.
You're kidding me.
Well, utes.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't want you to come in with a big minivan with 100 windows.
Or a double-decker bus.
Or a double-decker bus, Jimmy. Ask for me and I'll look after you. And you call completewindscreens.com.au on...
82694444. T's and C's apply to that.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
A possible shower tonight, a shower or two tomorrow in 18. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. The Prime Minister has endorsed WA's outgoing Premier, calling him one of Australia's greatest politicians. Mark McGowan will step down from his roles as Premier and Treasurer by the end of the week, concluding his 30-year political career. Anthony Albanese says while he's surprised by the news, he understands the Premier's decision.
We had a really good chat about how he was exhausted, as he said publicly, but he'd also achieved so much and just wanted to spend more time with his family and to relieve himself of the pressures that are there in public life.
Anthony Albanese is in Adelaide tonight to deliver the Lowitja O'Donoghue address. The PM will reportedly use the platform to criticise those against the Indigenous Advisory Body. The state government's vision for the new Women's and Children's Hospital was unveiled today. The complex, to be built on the Theberton Police Barracks site, will be 25% bigger than the current Women's and Children's. Dr Drago Bradovic happy to see the inclusion of a helipad.
It adds a lot of extra time for sometimes a critically ill child, and to have the helipad right there will be an amazing benefit.
A mother charged over the neglect death of her daughter is back in custody after testing positive to meth while on bail. Crystal Hanley is accused of the manslaughter of 6-year-old Charlie, who died last year. She'll appear in court again next week. Rex Airlines will launch a new Adelaide to Sydney service next month. It follows the launch of a Melbourne service in 2021. Brenton Cox from Adelaide Airport says it's good news for local travellers.
Not only does it help connect Adelaide and Sydney, it helps connect regional South Australia with regional New South Wales, and we want to see that replicate in other places as well. They're only really fleet constrained at the moment because a lot of airlines are just finding it hard to get aircraft coming off production lines or from lessors around the place.
The new service will begin on June 29. Chris Dawson has failed in a bid to restrict reporting of his carnal knowledge trial. Josh Bryant is in Sydney.
The former teacher and rugby league player is facing one count of carnal knowledge by a teacher of a girl between the ages of 10 and 17. The convicted murderer sat silently in court during today's proceedings. Chris Dawson's lawyer failed in a bid to restrict media reporting during the judge-alone trial. The matter is now due to formally begin with opening addresses tomorrow morning.
The life of acclaimed Australian artist John Olsen was honoured at a state memorial in Sydney today. The service reflected on a career which spanned almost 7 decades.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Now turning to 5AA's sport, the Crows have a decision to make. Rory Laird has been offered a one-match ban, with the conduct being graded as careless conduct, medium impact and high contact. If he accepts the ban, he'll miss the Crows' clash against the Gold Coast on Saturday night. Brisbane's Dane Zorko has also been offered a one-match ban. He's been charged with making contact to the eye region of Crow Luke Pedler. That incident graded as intentional conduct, low impact and high contact. In some good news for the Crows, defender Josh Worrell has signed a 2-year contract extension. He's told Rowey and Timmy G it's a good feeling after being drafted in 2019.
I'm thrilled, yeah, good 4 years, and just stoked to be on for another 2 more.
And 3 past winners are in action on day 2 of the French Open. Novak Djokovic, Stan Wawrinka and Jelena Ostapenko will all be on court. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Passing showers or wet roads on the drive home, take it nice and easy. Look out for a crash at Medindi, Main North Road near Dutton Terrace. St Agnes, Carby Tree there, Greenwood Drive near Whiting Road. Busy, South Road at Edwardstown. Slow for works at Eden Hills, got a lane closed there. Shepherd's Hill Road near Sturt Road. And we've got a camera Valletta Road at Kipman Park. Don't miss Australia's biggest mid-year golf sale. On now for a limited time at Australia's biggest. Drummond Golf. Shop in-store or online at drummondgolf.com.au today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A possible shower tonight down to 12, a shower or 2 tomorrow 18, Wednesday partly cloudy and 20, and Thursday much the same, also 20. Right now it's 15 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Why Manapara mother accused of deadly criminal neglect is back behind bars. The simple tracking technology which caught a southern suburbs car thief red-handed. New flights from Adelaide to Sydney for less than $100. And forget the supermarkets, where to really get some of Australia's cheapest groceries. I'm Brenton Raglas. The full story on 9 News, happening now.
A wedding on the water. Getting hitched in the hills. Celebrating true love beneath the trees. Your wedding and a Discovery Events venue. There's no better pairing. With special places across Australia, including in the Adelaide Hills, Victor Harbour, Nagambie Lakes, Kings Canyon and Rottnest Island. Choose your perfect place for a perfect union. Visit discoveryevents.com.au, your destination for premier venues in unique locations across Australia.
G'day everyone, Cornsey here. Now, I know a great team and I see one, and the South Australian hydraulic team I rate the highest is BL Shipway. I've known them for a long time. David Shipway's one of the best blokes you'll ever meet. BL Shipway, they've been looking after your hydraulic and pneumatic needs since 1953 with brands like Ryco, Rexroth, Enerpac, Hydac, Oilpath, EasyFit and many more. And if you can't get to them, they'll send a Ryco 24/7 van to you anytime, anywhere. blshipway.com.au, the South Australian team you can count on.
Winter is coming, but the forecast isn't all bad, as the Olympic Industries winter sale is on now. Expect strong savings across our entire range of sheds and more. Step out and grab a deal. Olympic Industries, built to last.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
8 minutes after 6, 5AA's Best of SAs, all about celebrating and profiling some of our great brands in our state. And today we are celebrating Alpha Industries, and for your chance to win a Colorbond spin away plus 2 tickets to our Best of SA dinner Friday the 16th of June at Adelaide Oval. Give us a call now, 8223 0055. Alpha Industries are the experts in creating space outdoors, verandas, carport, sheds and more, all made in SA.
Well, Rowey, I'm excited about Wednesday. The Ampol State of Origin series starts right here in Adelaide. We're going to be out on the plaza doing our show from there,
massive.
Promoting this game, and I'm going to walk in with this next guest. I'm going to walk in with one of his shirts on. Yeah.
I saw you post that.
Oh, yeah.
You've got one of his shirts.
Yeah, he doesn't know I have, but but I'm going to tell him right now as we welcome, well, he's the Broncos and Queensland legend, Sam Thaiday. Welcome to the show, Sam.
Oh, thanks for having me. Now, what shirt did you buy, mate? I don't remember selling any of my shirts.
Oh, no.
No. Well,
this is awkward.
It's actually through Rachel's auntie, the Di. You may remember the lovely Di. And
yes, I do, yes.
Yes, and Di had a few hanging up there, and her husband David said, look, it'd be good if you wore this on Wednesday in memory of Di.
Oh, there you go. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I do recall that then. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Wow. Does it fit, Timmy? Because
yeah.
Slamming Sammy's about 118 kilo,
He's
mate.
got me covered. He's got me covered, but I'll wear it with
You'll
pride
have to
anyway.
tuck it in.
Exactly. Hey, mate, you're in town. You got the Shield. You're going around SA. Where have you been so far, and who have you seen, and who have you shown it to?
Well, you talk about in town. I'm actually walking the streets of Adelaide at the moment, looking for a place to eat some dinner. So if you've got any recommendations, I'm always up for it. But we kind of started the tour off over at KI. It was absolutely amazing over there. Such a beautiful part of SA. I've never been over there, so a first for me. We've been out to the Barossa. We're up at the Bend today. Went out to the Safari Park as well. So we've been everywhere, and the tour does not stop until I leave SA. So that's not until Thursday morning. So it's been absolutely amazing. Thanks to Ampol and getting us out and about and showing the shield to all the people.
And mate, how significant is this first game? In the Origin series, it's game one. How important is it to get on the board early?
Oh, super important. This is always the hardest one to predict who's going to win too, because both teams are kind of feeling each other out. All the teams, both teams, got a lot of players in there at the moment that have form leading into this state of origin. So early news today about Latrell Mitchell out for New South Wales, which is huge. He was a big in and a big inclusion for him, and he is a big game player as well. So they will miss him. This one is all about getting out there to a good start, hanging in there as long as possible, and feeling your way through the game. So hopefully Queensland can start better than New South Wales, and there's no bias here at all.
It's not manufactured, is it, Sam? It is.
No way.
It borderlines on pure hatred between the two states.
It's a massive word. There is a big dislike between the states. And it's been built over a long period of time, and New South Wales will be fuming over last year's loss in the series. I think definite and genuine favourites last year in that series. So for them to lose it, they would be absolutely filthy. I think it was a very, very evenly matched series. Queensland sneaking away with the victory in game one. New South Wales absolutely pantsing Queensland in game two over in Perth. And it came down literally to the last 2.5 minutes in game three up at Suncorp Stadium. Ben Hunt snatching that victory away from New South Wales. If that chip and chase, bounces the other way, and Cleary gets it over the top of Ben Hunt's head, it could be a totally different series. So absolutely pumped and excited that we're here again. State of Origin is upon us, and the first game at Adelaide Oval. What an amazing, spectacular game it's going to be.
Yeah, and we'll fill the joint. You still get GA tickets, no question about that. Did you win 11 of 12 Origin series in your career?
No, 10 from 11. I missed 2007 through injury. I had a bit of a rough year that year in 2007. Missed 16 games in that whole year, and I wasn't able to play State of Origin after debuting in 2006, and just that feeling of winning a series at the ripe old age of 21 was brilliant. But I got my chance to get back there in 2008, and I held on to that Queensland jersey very tightly.
You had a mammoth career, 16 seasons, Brisbane Broncos over 300 games, flags, Queensland State of Origin 29. I loved you for Australia, 32 games there. When you retired, you went to the presser as an old man, Sam. You're still only 37, aren't you? I mean, that was funny.
Yeah, well, I was sick and tired of seeing rugby league players front up to the media conferences, either wearing their team suit or the team polo tucked into a nice pair of jeans. I thought, no, I'm going to mix it up. I'm retiring. I'm going to announce at a retirement village, full head of and hair and face of makeup, dressed as an old man. And I thought I'd mix things up, and I've been mixing it up ever since. Now that I'm retired, I still try to bring as much character to everything that I do.
Good man.
And I've done the same thing in my time here in SA. I've been trying to bring my character and show and push and promote rugby league down here. Our message to the young kids the other day when we were out at the NRL's coaching clinic, we were spreading the word to the kids about it's up to them. They're the future of rugby league here in SA, and if more and more kids are playing and they're making enough noise down here, who knows, the Adelaide Rams could come back.
Could get it back again. That'd be awesome. I like that. Yeah. You're a great ambassador for the Ampol State of Origin. There's no doubt about that. Do you like the fact that they've made this decision to play a third game in, like you said, Perth last year, Adelaide this year, occasionally Melbourne. Do you like the fact that it's one at Queensland, one in New South Wales, and then one elsewhere?
I'd like to see it be the first game if we are going to take it elsewhere. I think this is a lot better setup than last year when we had the second game in Perth.
Yep.
I think play at a neutral ground in the first game, and then Queensland and New South Wales can then take turns after that, who plays second and third. If the NRL are going to continue to do it this way, I think that's the best way of doing it.
Excellent call. And Billy Slater, very popular as a coach.
Yeah, there's a couple of good old teammates of mine in the coaching ranks. So it's fantastic to see those guys really transition into that coaching role after. They all had such a wealth of knowledge. Billy Slater, Cameron Smith, Jonathan Thurston, Josh Hannay there as well, who's a genuine coach and will be coaching an NRL team in the future. Wow. I think he's really done his time as an assistant coach. He's really sharpened his craft over the last couple of years, and I think he's helping those guys out who are, if you look at it, they're really, really fresh in their coaching roles. Billy, this is his second series as coach, and it's the same as Cam and Jonathan Thurston as well. Very, very young in their coaching careers, but such a wealth of knowledge that they can pass on. And I think as an Origin coach, you don't need to be the best tactical coach. You don't need to know everything about the game, but you need to have a presence. You need to have an aura about you. And I think that's where Mal was absolutely brilliant for many, many years in that Queensland head coaching role.
Yep.
And I think we'll see Billy and his entourage there for a few more years to come as well.
Sam, I know you're taking the shield around the state for Ampol. Great job. We can't wait till Wednesday. What do you do outside of the NRL?
Anything and everything. A lot of fingers, a lot of pies. Sometimes I eat those pies as well. But I do still do some work for the Brisbane Broncos. I'm a club ambassador for them. I'm a 300-game player and a club captain. So I call it my politician role. I get to shake hands and kiss babies at all the big events. I also do some work with the NRL, the QRL, some guest speaking roles here and there as well. So I get to get into schools with the Broncos and talk to kids about, further education and life after school. So I'm absolutely loving life.
Good on you, Sammy. Have you got a doctorate?
No. Do you want to give me an honourable one? Because I don't think
I can't.
The study side of things.
I can't hand them out. I'm sorry, Sammy. I can hand them out for eating pies.
Yeah, mate. I'm an expert in that. Yeah.
Where are you off to tomorrow?
We've got some NRL community events tomorrow.
Good.
So, and I'm off to an Ampol tomorrow as well. So we're keeping it a little bit hush-hush because we might be giving away some tickets. So you might have to keep an ear and an eye out. We'll have some double passes that we will be giving away.
Okay.
Have to follow
Sam,
you
if you're looking
gram.
for somewhere to eat, there's Gaucho's on Gooja Road.
Jama's Kitchen.
Jama's Kitchen, that'll be a bit more of a walk. Where else?
Yeah. Fair walk. But
La Vida,
tram is straight there.
The further I have to walk, the more I can eat.
Well, Sam, your record is outstanding. We got you in town. Thanks to Ampol taking that shield around. Let's hope for a cracking win by the Maroons on Wednesday night.
Oh, fingers crossed. I'm with you on that one.
Good on you, Sammy.
Great to talk to you,
Thanks for
Sam.
having me,
Cheers,
guys.
mate.
Slamming Sammy.
Sam Thaiday, one of the greats of the game. Broncos
great.
and Queensland, and what a record. How about that? 10 out of 11 he won.
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked that, it says Thaiday then moved to Brisbane to complete a degree in medicine and resided at St Leo's College. He graduated with a GPA of 6.75 in medicine. Now, that's his Wikipedia. Now, knowing what we've just known of Sam, he loves to have fun.
He does.
Maybe he hacked his own Wikipedia.
And put it in.
And put in there, I'm a doctor.
That makes sense.
Well, a GPA of 6.75, the highest you can get is 7. He's a genius.
Well,
he's smarter than Riley O'Brien.
Or you've looked up
He's
Sam
a
Thaiday.
nuclear physicist.
Either that or he's lying. One of the two.
Oh, what a lovely fella.
That's a
I
wonderful
would have
chat.
spoken to him for ages.
Well, if you want to catch up with him, I'm going to let him to a little secret.
Oh, hang on.
Because I do know where he'll be between 3 and 4 tomorrow.
Because he's giving away tickets.
He is going to give away tickets and some merch and a chance
But he told
to meet...
you not to.
Well, I'm gonna break the secret.
Do
3 and 4 tomorrow. He's going to be at the Ampol store in North Adelaide.
There you go.
So that is the last stop of the Shield Tour. So make sure you get on down there.
Yeah.
220 Prospect Road.
Well, there you go. Walk
Complete
in.
windscreens.
Between 3 and 4?
Sam is going to be there. Paul Harrigan, of course, we know the Blues star, former partner.
great player.
He's a fantastic legend of the game. He'll be there with Sam, so well worth heading along to
They should have a
Ampol, North
box
Adelaide
on.
tomorrow.
They should have a box on.
Why? Why
No more
would they
boxing.
need to do
No
that?
more
They like
boxing.
each other.
No, I didn't like that.
Didn't work for
What
Tom
didn't you
Bell
like?
Chambers
Didn't
and
like
Cam Mooney, did it?
No, I didn't like that at all.
Oh, no, that was
No,
yeah.
bad. No, not good with all this CTE discussion going on, going to get your block knocked off.
Yeah, correct.
Not entertaining.
20 minutes after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Join David and Will each week on the 5AA Breakfast Show as they speak to power excitement machine Orazio Fantasia. Orazio! Thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Australia's greatest sporting rivalry is back. The 2023 Ampol State of Origin Series. Kick off your Origin experience the right way at the official pre-game party inside the pavilion at Adelaide Oval on Wednesday, May 31. Mingle with rugby league legends and enjoy 2 hours of food and drinks. This is the perfect way to start your Origin experience. To book, see nrl.com/hospitality or email hospitality@nrl.com.au.
Get a read on today with The Advertiser. Get a read on great family escapes, gripping true crime podcasts, and groundbreaking sport investigations. Get a read on today and subscribe for less than you think. Search The Advertiser offer today.
Solar Heart has been helping smart Aussies turn sunshine into hot water for 70 years. From our reliable rooftop models to sleek split systems and smart tanks that talk to your solar panels. No one knows more about solar hot water than Solar Heart. And right now, you'll get a $500 trade-in when you upgrade to one of Solar Heart's energy-saving water heaters. So if you want to lower your energy bills and your emissions, get smart. Get Solar Heart. Terms and conditions apply.
IGA's Price Match Promise. We checked, we matched, you won't pay more. Every week we check and match the regular price of the big 2 supermarkets on hundreds of everyday products. Just look out for the Price Match tickets in store. Participating stores only. See website for full terms.
You don't win the 2022 National Small Business of the Decade Award for being good at what you do. You win it for being exceptional, like Rundle Blinds. Visit the state-of-the-art Rundle Blinds showroom on Goodwood Road and experience award-winning service along with an incredible range of internal and external blinds and shutters, including an extensive range of curtains. If you're building or want to update your window furnishings, you'll love Rundle Blinds and Curtains. Drop into the showroom, call or visit rundleblinds.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. When you buy your seafood from Kirkbride Seafood, you're as good as buying it straight off the boat. Kirkbride Seafood, Doothie Street, Unley, kirkbrideseafood.com.au.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Crowey's.
So, visit Crowey's. And while you're there, join Crowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Crowey's.
Introducing the powerful LDV T60 Max 4x4. With a massive 160 kilowatts of grunt, the T60 will stand its ground against other utes. Backed by a 7-year, 200,000 kilometre whichever comes first warranty. And for a limited time, get the auto for the price of a manual. From only $38,990 drive away for ABN holders. Get your free auto upgrade at a dealer today. LDV. Bring it on. T's and C's and exclusions at ldvautomotive.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It is 24 minutes after 6. Rossdale Homes are the custom home 2-story split-level specialists. We're taking your calls, 8223 0000.
Is Elton John Kiss the Bride?
It is indeed.
Good song.
Yep, 1983, Too Low for Zero
How
album.
would you know the year?
Because my friend and I used to ride our bikes to school, and he used to have a boombox in his bag instead of books, and he would put the album in on cassette and play it all the way to school as we rode.
What did you say?
1983.
Yeah, well done.
You're
83.
unbelievable. You're a savant.
Thank you. I'm a what?
I don't know even
Don't
what
you
that
dare
is.
That's another
call me
word.
that.
Add that to your repertoire.
Multifaceted.
Don't call me Shirley. Shirley. Hello, Huge.
G'day, Rowey and Timmy. How are you?
Hey, huge, good, mate.
2 points tonight. Well, initially only one, but now since I've heard the news, Lady, it's got to be two.
Yeah.
First thing is these guys at Severton. It's to the point now. We've given. It's now saying all bets are off. We go back to the original plan, and you want to fight it. You put some skin in the game, stump up the cash, and take us to court.
Yeah, I'm with you. They're just throwing good money after bad now. So what's the latest? There's a petition of 5,000 people saying the state government shouldn't tip into the coffers for that. Well, okay. Well, then don't give it to Port either.
Well, they won't.
No.
And secondly, boys, with Laddie, when's the AFL going to make the players getting tackled? They need to start trying to mitigate this contact. Neil had his arm free. He could have put his arm, he could have shielded his fall. If anything, he accentuates the head making contact with the turf to try and get the free kick.
And you didn't just text us, did you, on the Unique Homestyle Foods text line, did you? Because we got exactly that.
I tweeted something, but
I got a text. Same thing.
I think it is. I would use it as a defence, but the AFL, if these guys, if they're going to start picking guys for a game, then the tacklee needs to start actually looking after, have a duty of care to look after themselves as well.
It's a great call. I've saying this for 100 years and I get told off and I don't care. If you do a tackle and the player jumps up and plays on, how can you miss a game?
No.
If you do a tackle, any tackle, and you knock the bloke out, I'm happy that that's careless, medium and high, and you lose a game. When you jump up and play on, it's a disgrace to the game that you miss a game. Hello, Mark.
G'day, boys. How you going? It's the blowing.
Hey, buddy. Oh, yes.
Oh, big
I'm back.
blowing you.
I've got a couple of points for you guys.
Please. Go
During
for it.
our last week here in Adelaide.
Yes.
Please.
Oh, sad.
We're going to miss you, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I'll keep ringing in.
Good man.
I don't play on a nap. But anyway, I got a few points for you. I took the girls and her sister and her nieces up to the McLaren Vale on the weekend.
Beautiful.
I designated drove. They all got a little sweet on the tastings. What a fantastic day it was. And I did that on Saturday because the big games I wanted to watch with me mate here, Johnny, were on Sunday. You know, I'm a Tigers supporter. I'm a little bit sad, but I think Port is a powerhouse. And I can tell you what I took away from that game, Aaliyah. He should have got the 4 points, mate.
Oh, I liked his
If you think back to the vision where he took that mark, he could have spoiled, but if he had a spoil, there were two Richmond players.
Correct.
Inside, one each side.
That was a vital point of the game, mate.
He was straight up the middle, and it resulted in a goal.
Okay.
Yep.
Fan-friggin-tastic.
No, well done, Mark. And second point?
Yes, it was great. And the other point is, hey, Rowey, you've been pulled up on, I watched the second game.
Yeah.
And I'm watching young Keezy with his fabulously bloody moulded hair.
Yep.
And he's doing a mozza.
Yep.
You've already been picked up on that. Because I'm thinking, Rowey's bagging this bloke. Rowey's off this bloke. But look at him. He's doing fantastic. Doing fantastic.
Oh, no, I give praise where praise is due, or due credit to myself, Mark. We gave him a vote. I thought he had a terrific game.
You did, yeah. And then I've got to go back to the game before, and the worst kick in the AFL, Rowey. Who's that?
Ooh.
You said that last week.
Who?
He's a Richmond player.
Oh, Taranto?
Yeah,
Did
4-1. And
Did
the
I?
one was touched on the line.
Yeah, that's true.
Did I say that? Taranto's the worst.
You
I
said
didn't
that.
say that.
Yeah, tell you what, he
You
played
remember
well,
saying
Mark,
that.
didn't he? I thought he was
He did play
outstanding.
well.
He was terrific.
That's as good a game as I've seen him play. That was a
Not
ripper.
bad for someone that's not in the top 150.
Well done, Mark. Well done. Let's go to Jeff. G'day, Jeff.
Thanks, Mark. You blow in. Jeff.
Yeah, hi, guys. Hi, Stephen and Kim. Just taking you off speaker.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank
What's
How
happening?
you guys? Yeah, when you mentioned
All the
Stephen,
upsets?
when you said there's no one out there who picked nine tips or
I
9
don't
winners,
reckon there would be.
you're talking to him.
Oh, Jeff. What
Oh,
competition
yes,
were
yes.
you in, mate? What competition?
I need
no.
you to prove it, Jeffrey.
My own competition, my wife's witness.
All right. Okay. That's
Yeah, I said there was going to be upsets because of Fremantle played well over in Perth. They're in good form. Hawthorn did as well in Tasmania.
Yeah.
Sydney, I said, was going to beat Carlton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there was upset there, Hawthorn, St Kilda.
Now, hang on, Jeff. Hang on. If all you did was said to your wife there'll be upsets, did you write it down? Is it in a bona fide tipping contest, or is it just a little loose comment over the breakfast table with the trouble and strife?
No, definitely it's not over a breakfast table. No, I've got the program in front of me, and I already have the ticks there.
Okay,
Jeff, because
for round 11.
Saying you told your wife, it's like saying my alibi for murder is my wife.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Hang on. So you just put a couple little tickies next to a couple of teams in the paper.
Yeah, next to the Winnies.
Jeff,
They give him a pals voucher.
$50 pals voucher, Jeff.
Yeah, $50 pals voucher. But what we need Jeffy to do is take a photo. I need you to take a photo of that.
Send it
We'll
into
put it
us.
on Rowey's and Timmy's Twitter account.
Yeah, we will.
And the Facebook will go viral.
We want to.
How do you do Twitter?
Well, no, we need you. Take a photo of it.
We'll do it.
And text it through to us.
And who's he text it to? One of our phone numbers.
Justin.
No, we'll put you through to Justin.
Yeah.
Text it to Justin.
Yeah.
We'll give you a $50 pals voucher, but there might be
Well
something.
done, Jeff.
Now, I don't want Jeff just running out the back grabbing you. Love,
quick tick him.
Yesterday's paper. I need to tick something.
He can do whatever he likes.
No, you know what?
That was
I
an
trust him.
outstanding call, Jeff.
No, you know what?
Outstanding.
He doesn't have to. I trust him.
I trust him too.
You get the $50 pals
Well
voucher.
done. 9 out of 9.
He picked the Giants over the Cats.
Him and his
My
wife.
goodness.
Nah.
Oh, of course, everybody would have.
Nah, you know what? Nah.
You don't believe it yet? You're not sold. 29 minutes to 7.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
Big news in the world of breakfast television.